Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This is where it all comes together. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Really the only show, think about it, that gets down and dirty with each and everything every single day. It's either a show about everything or, as Jerry Seinfeld said, a show about nothing. Because really it's nothing special, but everything special. You know what I mean, right? I mean, where do you go for those things where you just want to, you know, shout and scream and someone lied to you, ripped you off, or cheated you, or you want to say something good? I know there are online reviews, but this is live. This is right in your face right now. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on iHeartRadio app, live on KHOW in Denver and radio affiliates elsewhere. And we love what we do. That's the bottom line. We love it. And welcome our Colorado Springs people at KRDO. So let's get to the phones and find out what's on your mind. This hour brought to you by David Salisbury. You know, each and every spot we do is for a reason, and it really, really is for your benefit only. We don't do, you know, commercials here about soft drinks and stuff. We do consumer services and goods. David Salisbury is an estate attorney. Probate, wills, estate planning, trusts. He does flat rates. Do you know how great that is? So if you talk to him on the phone, or you call him, or he calls you, or he consults with other professionals, you're not going to get dinged. You know, I had an attorney one time, listen to this, that I got a bill. I hadn't seen him or talked to him, and he took the case and then told me he was consulting with experts on a certain topic for me and charged me for 4 hours. I mean, that was weird. And I said, how do you do that? I mean, over the weekend, I got an $1,800 legal bill. You were consulting with experts, and you were ruminating about my case. What? Anyway, David Salisbury says, you want a trust, it's going to be this much. Around $2,000, I think. You want a will, starting at $600. If it's complicated, a little more. You know, David is great. It's 790-493-3911. David Salisbury, attorney at law, 720-493-3911. So all you have to do is go to our website, referralist.com, and just put in David Salisbury or David or whatever, estates, probate. It'll come up. So Jesse, she has a problem with a hotel reservation, and then our most favorite, our most favorite topic is on board right now, so you better get ready. It's all about insurance checkups, where we absolutely positively save about 90% of you tons of money every single time we do it, so wait for that one. Jesse, what's happening?
Morning, Tom. Thank you for talking to me this morning.
Yeah, we want to help, we hope.
Yeah, I hope so, too. If I could just give a brief background, I coach a Little League softball team out here in Aurora, and our league has been part of Little League playing for the last 5 years, and we've had teams that have gone and participated in the Little League International Tournament for the past 5 years. And this year our girls won state, and it was one of the first times that a team from our...
So this is all good, but where did the problem come in?
Well, the problem came in a few days later when we got a phone call from Little League telling us that our team was disqualified.
Wait, why were you disqualified?
Well, they claim that we have players outside of our district boundaries. And the thing is, we've been operating this way with Little League's permission for the last 5 years. We take players, we take players from a neighboring Little League because they do not offer softball. They only offer baseball. And we were told 5 years ago that all we needed to do was grant those players a specific waiver, and they could play with us.
Okay, but what part of it is illegal?
Well, I don't think any of it is illegal.
Well,
I mean, it's
not against the law, but what part of it disqualified you, though? Because they were outside of your district?
Because they were outside of our district.
Now, Jesse, how does this normally work? This is club ball. This is not associated with a school, right?
Well, it's Little League, yes. So
but it's not associated with a school.
Correct.
And I say club, meaning, okay, so it's Little League, and I did not know this, but Little League teams have districts.
Yeah, they have boundaries, and so we're in the Central Aurora area.
Okay, you're Central Aurora. That's what I was going to ask. And the people that came to your team from elsewhere, what district were they in?
They're in Cherry Creek Little League, and
in other words, they were supposed to go to Cherry Creek.
If Cherry Creek offered softball, correct.
Okay, so I understand. It looks like you went out and got some ringers or something, but bottom line is Cherry Creek doesn't offer it. So my question to you is, before we get into this, what do the rules say about districts that don't offer softball? What do the rules say those kids can do?
Well, it's a little bit unclear, and so.
But what do they claim? It says, they're claiming you did something wrong. So what do they claim? They claim those kids in Cherry Creek who are not offered softball or whatever, Little League, should have gone where?
What they would have required apparently is a specific procedure of approved waivers. So they say you possibly could have players from other districts, but you have to go through a process. Yes.
And what's the process?
The process is basically submitting a request to the charter committee in Williamsport, and
most likely they would have approved it.
Correct.
So what's the big deal?
Well, the big deal is, so we were told as a league that all we needed to do to allow these players to come play with us was have a specific waiver. And we were told that by a Little League official in charge of the Southwest Regional Office.
And what was it that you were disqualified out of?
Simply for having players that
No, but what were you disqualified completely, or one particular game, or what?
No, we were removed from the tournament. The team that we defeated in state is representing Colorado in our place.
So how do you know you would have won?
Well, we did. Well, we won state.
Oh, you already did. You would have definitely gone to the World Series or whatever.
We would have. We actually got.
And they said no. And did they pick second place? How'd they pick the team to go? The one that you beat, right?
Yes.
Which is second place.
Yes.
So that team, do you think that team made noise? Who is it that made some noise? You went all the way to state finals and won. Why didn't anyone make a noise before that?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
Mark, why do you think they waited for state final to make a noise?
You're going to love this part. None of that matters. His problem hasn't even come up yet. And the only reason I know that is it came in through email.
I thought he was disqualified for a bad reason.
He did, Tom, but they already made their reservations for the tournament
wait a minute.
in Texas.
So he's not calling to get help with the injustice?
No, it's for the hotel reservation.
My God in heaven.
I had to jump in at some point.
I'm sorry, because I was getting there, and really what the gist of our call is we have a couple of parents that reserve.
Well, meanwhile, here's the story. Okay, so you made hotel reservations, and now you're screwed there. But really, it's the assistant coach's next door neighbor's friend has a toothache and needs a dentist. That's the story. Just kidding. So Jesse, really, this is a big reservation. Like, this isn't like a normal thing. Did you make the reservations, obviously, after you won the game?
Yes.
Okay, and how many reservations? Tell me how much is at stake. What did you put down as a deposit?
Well, so really there were two reservations. One was for a Best Western, and the cancellation fee that was charged to just one parent was $181.05.
Well, add them all up. I mean, who made the reservations? Each one made their own?
No, so we really only two. There was only two.
How much is at stake? Two resis. How much?
Altogether, it's around $2,100.
Okay, two resis, $2,100 in deposit money. Now, are they saying, is this deposit money or for the whole stay?
Originally, it was for the Airbnb. A parent rented a 7-bedroom house.
Yeah.
And multiple families were going to stay there. The Airbnb was almost $3,400.
Okay, so what I'm saying is the $2,100 for that Airbnb. What was the deposit?
It was all paid up. It was
okay. They paid for the full week.
Yes.
And what did they pay for that full week?
$3,372.38.
Okay, well then $2,100 you said was at stake. But we're talking about $3,300 just there alone.
Right. So what happened is when that
I don't like your math. You got an Airbnb. A family paid $3,372, completely paid, cannot get the money back. Is that right?
No, Airbnb did pay a discount or pay a refund of approximately $1,500. It was a little bit less than that.
Okay, why did they keep $15,000?
I don't know. I don't know if it's.
You're not calling for them. You're not calling for help for them.
Well, I am in a way, because what we're looking at doing is, this family was refunded almost $1,500, but they're still in the hole for just under $1,900 on the Airbnb.
Okay, got you that. Now, how much did the league pay? You guys, the team, how much did the team pay in deposit money?
That was from the team. That was parents from the team.
So the total money at stake is $2,100, and that's for the Airbnb.
The Airbnb plus the $180 from the Best Western, yes.
Yeah, and Best Western won't do anything?
That particular parent got an email saying that unfortunately they can't refund, or
When is the reservation for?
It was for the 25th and 26th for the
of July. I mean of today, yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Okay, it was for July. And when was Airbnb?
It was from Sunday. Last Sunday,
but it's this week. It's
Saturday.
This week.
Yeah.
And when did you guys cancel?
We were officially informed on Thursday of last week.
So, okay, you're talking about 1 week before, or actually
right.
less than that. Well, come on. Now, taking off your team hat and the fact that you guys were screwed, not by the hotel, not by Airbnb, take all that out. Do you think they're wrong for not giving money back, especially on this house? That house will sit vacant probably.
Right. No, and honestly, I don't have an issue with Airbnb or with Best Western. I mean, they have their policies, and that's
then
fine.
What do you have an issue
with? With the fact that Little League sent us the invitation, and that we had no reason to believe.
That's where I was going. I think they owe you the money.
Exactly.
I think they owe you the money. They're going to say it's not our fault that you cheated.
Well, you're right, and they're going to say that, and then
this whole thing sucks, man. Because here's the thing. Let's do this. We're going to take Airbnb and Best Western out of it. Forget it. You guys suffered a loss because the invitation was withdrawn. I contend that you suffered losses as a result of that. They're going to say they were justifiable losses. Justifiable. Hey, you should have known better, damn it. You did it to yourself. What do you guys think? Really, what do you think? I'm going to take a roundtable poll and talk about this coming up. Stay tuned. Buy and Build is a place to go if you're looking for discount, and I mean below wholesale. No, not wholesale. Below wholesale on 98% of the stuff. Below wholesale. For floors, tile, hardwoods. For granite, slabs. For vanities and cabinets. For plumbing fixtures. Wow. You'll save tons of money on plumbing fixtures. Like they're pennies on the dollar compared to these plumbing supply houses. Also, lighting fixtures, ceiling fans, everything you need for interior, well, not everything, but most of the common stuff you need for interior finish items. The best way is to go there, and that is 4800 Washington Street, or check him out online, buyandbuild.net. A big, giant, ugly warehouse, plenty of parking. It's not big on frills, but big on thrills when it comes to saving money. Buyandbuild.net.
I just got to call Progressive. I'm going to go fucking nuts.
Look what happens when I log in. It drives me insane, Brian. I swear to God, I called them up. I was on with them for an hour. So they send me, it's my renewal.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I log in using the info they sent me, all it shows is my motorhome policy and then auto. I can't do anything. I can't click it. I can't do anything at all to it.
It doesn't allow you to do anything.
It's zero zip. So I go, Suzanne, maybe it's under her email, but it's not. It's under because they're sending me the email.
Okay.
So it just simply
Well, I can get it. Do you want me to get the auto info real quick?
Yeah.
How do you just get it?
Yeah. But we ran into this when we had to print out a new card. So you know what they did? They faxed it to me saying they fixed this on the back end. And that was, when we added Addy. It was 2 months ago.
I can get it fixed for you. I didn't know you were having a problem with it.
Yeah, it's like, my God.
Let me just find out what the renewal premium is.
He is an attorney at law on my referral list at referrallist.com, and he is a personal injury attorney. If you've been hurt in an automobile accident or in any other way and you're wondering, is this what I have to look forward to? Missing work, pain, missing vacations, not being able to do stuff around the house, and who pays? Well, if it's someone else's fault, they should pay. That's the way the system works. Now, you may think, I don't want to sue, I don't want to go through all of that. You know, John Fuller is someone you should talk to. It's free of charge, it's complimentary, he takes the case. It's only payable if he wins, and it's a small percentage of what he collects. If someone is irresponsible, if someone is negligent,
It's weird how they show it.
Yeah, and then you can't do anything with it.
Although they're showing it as you're just a named insured.
Yeah, if she's the first named insured, you're the second named insured.
So I'm guessing my email was used on both, and that's why it's funky. Because I'm really not the policy owner on one, but yet it's my email.
But you are. You're the second named insured. You're still named insured on the policy.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it won't let me do it.
Right.
Your retirement savings will last throughout your retirement years. This is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, heard every Saturday right here on 630 KHOW. We can help you create a retirement income strategy that you won't outlive. A strategy to show you what you can spend with confidence, maintain your lifestyle, and follow your retirement dreams. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no-obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559.
Mark, what one do you need?
I'm emailing it to you right now.
Okay, you just didn't answer, so I was getting concerned. So, yes.
I'm just going to email you a picture of the info you need.
About different treatment options. All evidence
Is there contact information so I can build that email a little bit?
Yep, that's what I'm sending you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put their website in the IM.
Okay, thank you.
The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today. When working at a growing business, you wear many hats.
Ooh.
What?
I just found out what the different Class A and Class B shares for Shell.
Well, what's the difference?
What's that? Class A and Class B?
Yeah, the difference from Class A are subject to a 15% Dutch withholding tax on dividends, unless you have a special exempt pension trust or a special type of exempt organization.
So you're telling me I'm not going to get it?
No, they're just going to tax you 15%, full tax. When you get your dividends on that.
Oh, they tax just the dividends, not the buy and sell?
Probably not. Doesn't say.
So that sucks. So besides capital gains, short-term capital gains of what is that, 25, 20? It's going to be 35% tax on it.
But I don't think the gain's just the dividends.
You know, every once in a while, you're looking to do a kitchen turnkey or a bath, and you just want like a spectacular kitchen. This is for a dream home, not for your fix and flippers. And that is House Modern. House spelled H-A-U-S-S, and that's signifying their German background for meticulous engineering and design and work. House Modern. We're happy to have them on the referral list. They fill a niche here for the wow factor when it comes to kitchens and baths. This is a place that will come in and do the complete design work, and they do everything. They do the flooring, cabinets, countertops, even appliances like Viking, Whirlpool, and others. Now listen, this is not your run-of-the-mill kitchen or bath. I don't mean automatically it's expensive. No, you get great value for it. But it's for the house of houses. HouseModern.com, H-A-U-S-S, or you can just look up Modern or Modern House on our referral list to find them. They're at Santa Fe in Louisiana,
And as I said, once you decide to use them, you just sit there and give them your dreams, and they turn them into reality. 720-325-5040. 720-325-5040. But House Modern or Modern on the referral list will get you to see them at Santa Fe, Louisiana. So let's keep going here. And what do you think? Brian Burns is with Compass Insurance Group. We're doing free insurance checkups. Now, we not only do that, but we answer questions. We've had a lot of questions, and I've saved some of them, about hail damage mostly, whether it's for the car or house, and insurance questions that always come up. And we're going to talk about it. But I want you to know that in our help center right now, we have people from Compass Insurance Group. Hello, guys. They're over there behind the glass. 303-771-HELP. 771-4357. See, ringing already. They will give you a free insurance analysis, and it's not, oh no, it's just not a sales job. It is not. In fact, they won't convert you unless you want them to, but they will search like up to 30 companies. They will go out and say, you know what, you have a great deal, or we can beat this, or we can beat that. They will tell you. And in every single case, we have saved people anywhere from $100 a month. I don't mean every single caller, but in every single day we do this. We have people where we save as little as $100 a month, all the way up to thousands of dollars a year, thousands and thousands. And better yet, often they increase their coverage. So this is the insurance checkup. Brian Burns is one of the owners at Compass Insurance Group. So I want to ask Brian straight up, and Brian, what is your opinion of this hotel? The Little League says you can't go to the finals, to the state or to the World Series, whatever they're calling it, the Nationals, because you cheated. And then they find out a week before, a few days before, they cancel their hotel, and it costs them money.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, you know, it's too bad. It's unfortunate that they got notified so late, but I think kind of what you hit on, if they have grounds to say that it was cheating, then I just don't think he's going to have anything to come back to.
What do you think, Clint?
I feel quite the opposite. I think the league has been aware of this problem forever and has done nothing about it, and when they wait this late, it is foreseeable that they would have a loss.
Okay, what do you think, Mark? So you're saying it's the league is at fault. Well, Mark, what do you think?
I don't know when the league
found out.
That's what it comes down to.
Suzanne?
I don't know. I think the league has some responsibility, and just because if they've been allowed to play like that in the state with the Cherry Creek players.
That's exactly right. Why were they allowed?
How is it fair to these kids?
So I have some questions, Jesse. Okay? Did you know that you were technically breaking the rules? Technically.
No, because we were told by the Southwest Regional District, or the Southwest Regional Director, to go about it the way we have been going about it. So it was a Little League official.
When were you told that? Then you did know something had to be done. You just didn't know what. In other words, you knew the kids were out of your district.
Right, and he had instructed us to, all we needed to do was provide this particular waiver, which we've done for every single team.
And what does the waiver say?
The waiver, it's called a 2D waiver, and
just what does it say?
I don't have the
basic. It says we have some players that are not in the district.
It does account for situations where players who are outside of our district to be able to play within our district.
Are you supposed to have the waiver in place before the season starts?
Yeah. What
saying?
did you do wrong? If you have the waiver,
oh, absolutely.
They're saying you didn't go through the process. Is that what they're saying?
What they're saying is that particular waiver is an inappropriate use of that waiver, which we were never told.
They said instead of that, you should have done something else.
Yes.
But they told you to use that waiver at the same time?
They told us to use that waiver, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago.
I understand. So
we have been
the only thing you did wrong was what? That's what I'm trying to get at. What was the part that was wrong?
Honestly, I really don't know. Other than we didn't go about it the way that they would have had us go about it.
Which is what? Which is what? What are they saying? You did not do blank. What?
I'm not.
Then we're going to
sure.
call him. Let's just call him directly right now on the air because he doesn't even know what they're saying. I'm not asking you if you agree. I ask if you know. You don't know. I'm not going to try to pull it out of you because it really sometimes does get to be like
and
a dental drill pulling
right,
teeth.
And what I would say is we didn't realize that Little League had a more formal process.
Right. I believe you, Jesse. I believe you. I mean, but okay. The thing is, how did they find out? How did the league find out? Quickly, how?
So after we won state, we had to submit paperwork to the Southwest office, and it was somebody there who said,
"Okay,
this is wrong."
And the paperwork you submitted was what? Waivers?
It was the players' birth certificates and
I get it.
And all that stuff.
And along with the foreign players, the out of district players, you submitted paperwork,
including the waivers.
Gotcha. I get you. That's very logical. Jesse, out of curiosity, how many players came from out of district?
On our team, there were 6.
What do you mean on our team? What does that mean?
So this actually happened to 2 of our teams with Arapahoe, and they were both disqualified. I coached the 12-year-old team, and then it was also the 14-year-old team that happened to as well.
At the same time?
Yes.
Why? Because they audited you once they found you did it wrong.
Yes, because they saw that their procedure wasn't followed, but we were told by
the players that came from out of you said that you never have to repeat on this show. That's a rule. Never have to. We get it, and then it's on. Of the players that came over out of district, were they all great players, normal players, run of the mill? What were they?
Honestly, 4 of them were probably going to be non-starters.
Okay, they weren't. You know what I'm getting at. They weren't ringers.
Right, and they had all played for multiple seasons with Arapahoe in the past too. So it wasn't like we went out and recruited these people to come and play with us. And Little League has that documentation. All
right, we're going to work on it. Call him right now, Suzanne, and if you need Clint's help, he'll run in there.
Yeah, Clint, get in here, please.
And I want to know what Krista sounds like. She has a problem here. That's pretty bad. Krista, precision roofing you used, right?
Yes, sir.
And if I want to sum up the trouble, I have some paperwork here. What's the trouble?
Well, basically, we had a hailstorm in June.
Yeah.
This man was recommended to us by a neighbor that we've all known the entire time we've lived here. He's actually on the Metro District Board.
Okay.
So we felt safe, and it became apparent.
Well, what's the problem? Let's go there. What is the problem?
Well, each of us has a different problem. My problem is that I don't have a roof on my home right now.
Okay. When you say each of you, are you calling for people?
Yes, actually, I have my neighbor Fran here.
Okay.
And she's the one that gave him $10,000. And all he's done is remove and replace her shingles.
What's her first name?
Fran.
When did Fran pay this?
I paid that in June the 29th.
In June. Okay. Yeah. And obviously, you don't listen to my show. You wouldn't have done that. You paid $10,000. And what does he say to you, Fran, about not starting your roof?
He said to me, I gave him the $10,000 as almost like a deposit.
Yeah, and these guys are all getting cash rich and not doing the jobs. And then what happens is they spend the money, and by the time it's time to do the job, they don't have the money. So it's a terrible situation. Right. They call it robbing Peter to pay Paul. I call it a violation of the Contractors Trust Act and a criminal offense. But Fran, you have a very serious problem. So I want to know, what excuse does he give you? Flat out, what's the excuse?
He hasn't given me an excuse. He has been telling me that everything's going to be okay and that he will deal with my insurance company.
Now, it's not the end of the world. It's June 29th you gave him the money, right?
I gave him the money June 29th. He cashed that check within the hour.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, and it was, stupidly, I was trusting everyone. I made it out to him personally, so it was his name.
Oh my God! Now is he the boss?
He's the owner. Yes, I did the same thing. We all did the same thing.
What's his name? This is a sleaze brigade. What's his name?
His name is Dennis Justi, Justi.
Okay, so
what does the neighbor say that recommended him? Does he know the guy? Is it a family member? What?
He told us that he's known Dennis for 20 years. He's a great guy. He'll take care of you. And best of all, he's pre-approved by the board.
Okay, so Fran, 10 grand. What's your story, Jesse?
So
hold on. We're really late, so just tell me how much you paid.
I've only ever given him the $10,000. I told him not to start my roof until the insurance company had okayed the rest of the money.
This is Krista. Krista, you paid
Okay.
Krista, how much did you pay?
I gave him a $6,500 check. I put a stop payment on it when I canceled his contract.
So did it get stopped?
It did get stopped from my bank.
Good.
He went to a check cashing place on Saturday and cashed it. After he'd been thrown off my property.
If you stopped it at your bank, he can't cash it. It's going to go back, isn't it? Hold on a second. This is very confusing, but we'll get to the bottom of it. And if anyone knows about this guy, Dennis Justi, we are just running up against the clock, okay? Flexident, speaking of hail damage, Flexident, they're not going to take big money. They're not going to take anything. You're going to pay when you're done, and you're going to pay Flexident, and it's only going to take a day or two to get done at the very most, and they have immediate openings. Flexident, and that's Flexident of Colorado.com. Flexident of Colorado. It is the preferred way to fix your car because they don't disturb the paint. And you don't even know they've been there. They have years and years and years of experience. Nick and all of his crew have years of experience. And that's 303-619-6273, 619-6273, Flexident of Colorado.com.
She canceled it within 3 days.
Yes.
And she told them don't cash the check. She stopped it at the bank.
Well, she stopped it at the bank. It's
okay,
permanent.
So apparently at a check cashing place, and she had some lawyer friend that also said that, they can go after her.
No, they can. But the money was not taken out then.
Correct, the money was not taken out.
No, but he got paid the 10 grand.
I understand. It's called holder in due process.
That's right.
I understand that. Because they are a third-party beneficiary for a promissory note she made to him.
Right.
However, she rescinded it, and he cheated. So fuck them. I mean, they can do all they want.
That's a bigger thing. If they decide to come back after her.
Well, she'll have a defense. It was fraud.
Are you okay with Brent doing 1230?
They're not rated poorly. Precision Roofing has got a 8+ whatever on Better Business.
Oh yeah, and all they got to do is answer.
They're not on Better Business Bureau.
They're not accredited, right?
They're not. In fact, Better Business Bureau is going to go after them because they don't pay their dues.
What do you mean? All they have to do is answer a question.
To have an 8+ on the BBB, all you got to do is.
But they're not on the BBB. They're doing it illegally. They're going after them just like somebody has a referral list on that and they don't.
Oh, they're saying they're. Well, no, but he's saying he found them on the BBB.
Okay, I don't know how that works then.
I found them on there. It just says not accredited.
Is it the same precision?
Might not.
Well, no.
I don't know. Precision Roofing.
Hold on. You'll see everybody on there.
Yeah, even if
some are accredited, some
not. Even a non-member.
That's right.
So probably on their website they might be saying they're accredited.
And they put the BBB on there.
Which is not, they might be in trouble with that.
You're not supposed to use the logo.
That's right.
Yes, and they are using a logo. In fact, the contract has
it
there.
Reviews, usually you'll
the contract has a
BBB. You'll see reviews.
And they're not
tearing
part
of
the BBB.
Not just through. I'm just saying.
This is definitely Sleaze Brigade.
Well, we think.
Dennis. But they did the contract in her home, and she canceled it within the 3 days.
Try to find Dennis Justi, a expert finder. Dennis Justi, Justi, Precision Roofing. No, we have to go after this sunset. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I've got to get the Sleaze Brigade updated.
So the guy that recommended him is on the board, and I told her, I said, you better go to that board meeting and put him up in front of all the board for recommending, because I assume there's kickbacks.
You know what? And we need to figure out.
Oh, that's possible.
Of course. So it's why would he? Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if he was a relative or what.
No. He's a guy on the board that said he knew her for 20 years.
He's been getting kickbacks for 20 years.
But there's like a Precision Roofing Inc., a Precision Roofing Incorporated.
LLC, probably.
Yeah, and then like a Precision Home Roofing and Exteriors. I don't know who it is.
How would you like to lose $16 billion in 5 minutes? That happened to someone today.
That we know.
It happened to Zuckerberg. Stock dropped like a fucking brick. Why? $16 billion in 5 minutes. Wow. Their earnings suck.
Well, how rich is he?
100 billion plus.
But that's still a hit. 16 billion.
In 5 minutes.
No matter how rich you are.
That's a bad day.
Yeah, but it's going to come back. Why did it go down?
It's going to take a while.
I don't know, man.
Why
20%.
Did it go down, Mark? Why?
Because they were way off on what their earnings were. They fucking didn't make as much money as they said they were going to.
But a lot of it is that they say they put money into protecting everybody's identity.
No,
that's what
not there.
You know what?
You used to be money with that.
You know why? Because it was in the corner and it just fell. No matter what I did, if it was in the corner, it would bounce. And the corners are easy because they bounce all over and go in. So, Mark?
Yes.
It's not a buy then, Facebook.
Fuck, I wouldn't touch Facebook right now.
Should we harvest and
when shit gets scary is when the unions and big money start taking out. That's when shit drops 20%. Shit doesn't drop 20% because me and Dan and you decide to sell it. It drops out when big fucking money pulls out. 20% on the stock.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure I get the right precision roofing.
Well, that's what makes you think.
And you don't, and they generally don't drop out that fast. So some of the big money is dropped out. Some's thinking about dropping out. So in other words, Facebook could go down another 10% easily.
Yeah, but if it goes down a total of 30, it would be appealing to look at.
I would. Yeah, I'd start thinking about it.
I mean, that's a big drop. It usually bounces back some after something like that.
He's done everything but below the emperor over in China to try to get into China. He can't get in on it.
No.
He did, man.
Oh, stuff.
Plumline Services. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Honesty, ethics. They've been around for 30 years. PlumlineServices.com. A free, no, it's not free. It's half price air conditioning with the purchase of a furnace. This is a carrier deal. And Plumline's doing a great job. I'm giving you these deals, and they're only for Martino listeners. At the time I give them, you mention me, and they'll get you the deal. Now, if you have already been told that you need a furnace or an AC, get free second opinions, no call charge whatsoever. And if you buy, it's half off. So it's half off, and that's a real half off the air conditioning. And you can see for yourself, just shop around. 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com, 303-586-1086. All right, you can't forget our Insurance Help Center. You will save money. There's no obligation. Why wouldn't you do it? It's a checkup. It's free. 303-771-HELP. Just say, look, here's what I'm paying, here's what I have. And they'll ask some basic questions. And by the way, if you switch in the middle of a contract, you get your refund for the unused portion. No questions asked. And also, they do it for you. They'll take care of all the transfers and everything. But better yet, if you have a great deal, they will let you know. Now, what do you do when you write checks, they're cashed by a place, and they don't do the work? Now, I personally think, first of all, paying a deposit just to be on a list is stupid. I would never do it. Precision Roofing is troubling to me because, first of all, they're touting accredited BBB, and they're not. Okay? So that's a lie off the bat from what we can find. The next thing that troubles me is that they were recommended by a board member, if I'm hearing this right. Is that right, Krista? A condo board member or a HOA board? Is this a home? This is a home, so it's an HOA board member?
It's a metro district out here because it's the
got you. Got you. The metro districts actually operate a lot like an HOA. They have more power actually, and they're actually elected, and they're little governments. So the metro district, this guy is on the metro district board, and he recommended them, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, he took 10 grand from your neighbor, did nothing, and he took some money from you, you got smart and you said, I'm going to stop payment. You stopped payment, and that stop payment is permanent at your bank. So even though he went to a check cashing place and cashed it, that check cashing place will not get reimbursed. Unfortunately, they will come after you because you're called a holder in due course, meaning that no matter what, you're responsible, but he's a holder in due course as well. Everyone in the chain of commerce is a holder in due course. Whoever takes the check and passes it on is a holder. You're the originator, actually, more than a holder in due course. And you, in essence, made a promissory note to him, and they're claiming they are beneficiaries of that promissory note, and you screwed them by breaching it. So you're going to, of course, argue that. And right now, the money did not come out of your bank, right? Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Now, did the check cashing place say they're coming after you?
No, they did not. They did contact me, and actually the manager was a very kind man,
Yeah.
and he told me he was going to take care of it.
Okay, he's probably going to go after Precision Roofing, but remember, he can come after you, so protect yourself. You are claiming fraud, plain and simple, it's fraud. You're going to start by saying they misrepresented themselves as a BBB accredited member. And you're going to also say that they did nothing for the money paid.
But technically, if they are the holder in lieu, is that what you called it?
In due course.
In due course.
She's actually the originator.
Wouldn't technically she would owe it, and then she would sue him? Is that how? Well, how do you think it would go through a court system, in your opinion?
Here's what I think. If you write a note, a promissory note, that's what a check is, and you give that promissory note, you're doing it as part of a contract. I give you this promissory note, you give me work. Okay, in order to have that contract, it has to have those elements. If you don't get the work, you don't have a contract. You are claiming either fraud or breach. Therefore, the money is not due anymore, and that promissory note is no longer good in your mind. And actually, if that person doesn't tell someone, if they pass that note on and don't tell someone, it's in dispute. They're committing fraud too, and they're also lying and cheating and all of that. So, no, she does not have to pay them and go after him. That is a way of handling it, and in the pure chain of commerce, it's the proper way. You know, it's just like if you bought a stolen car from someone, that someone owes you the money back, and they have to go after who traded it in to them. I mean, that's the logical stream. But right now, I would say that check cashing place, too bad, so sad. You know, I wouldn't feel sorry for him. I wouldn't pay him. I would hunker down and build my case for fraud. We also have to warn others about Dennis Justy and Precision Roofing. We have 2 customers here who paid and got nothing, at the very least in violation, I believe, my opinion, the Contractors Trust Act. Dan,
there's more to this also.
What else?
After she canceled it, he came and ripped her roof off.
Oh, you mean to start the job?
To start the job.
Did he know it had been canceled?
He says he did not. However, I did email him, and I also mailed a letter to his home on the Tuesday, the 17th.
Okay. Well, if I were you, I would take the value of the roof being ripped off, and keep in mind you may want to pay him someday for that. Really. I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying him for what he did if it's going to save you money. So you get a real value for what he did. Now, Precision Roofing, Inc., 720-628-9323. I want you to tell them you've heard about them on the show. And this is what we call public pressure. We call this getting the job done. You see, you can't wait for laws. You can't wait for cops. You can't wait for the court system. Well, you can, but we can apply commercial consumer pressure by simply being very polite and saying, Mr. Dennis Justy, we don't like the way you do business. Now, I want to caution everyone. This does not sound like typical stuff, like just taking the money and running. It doesn't sound like that. I mean, the guy and I say this, it's only a month, but at the same time, it's your fault for giving money up front. You guys should have gone to referrallist.com, and listen, I don't make that a requirement to get help from us. You know, we don't say, well, sorry, you didn't use a referral list. We will try to help you every way we can. We're going to make some phone calls. Yes,
do you remember the refund on that tiny house? This is off topic.
Yes, okay.
I got stung again by a caller, and it pisses me off.
And we'll talk about it. When we do good for people, and what happens is they won't talk about it because they have promised not to. Art of Granite. You want to get a price? Art of Granite. You want to get a price on the phone? Art of Granite. You're doing home improvements? Art of Granite. For cabinets and granite countertops or marble or whatever, he's a direct stone importer. Artofgranite.net. Mitch Floria says, you know what? We have great prices. We'll never charge more than wholesale for the material, and you can buy it anywhere on my wholesale account or from me. And then I will give you a price on the phone. You then pick your wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, and cabinets in my golden showroom. We'll install it. We won't charge for tearing out and hauling away. We won't charge for the bathroom when you have the kitchen done at the same time. 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. Get your price on the phone, 386-5919.
I am still, this guy's driving me bonkers.
Is it that Joel?
Okay, no. It's a great story. Mark worked his ass off, and we got a refund.
No, he decided to, well, I don't know what happened. He went dark. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but we know that happened. We know that they're going to do something, but they won't let us talk. But we're going to talk about it anyway.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which one is this? Is that Joel?
It's the Denali. No, it's not. It's not the Denali, is it?
No, it's a Subaru Outback or something.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What happened with the Denali? That was a similar thing.
They refused. The Denali, I believe, refused to do anything.
No, you said we worked it out. You said
that was the other one. That's the Subaru.
Okay, then hold on, Mark, because I wanted to go and do a video on the Denali. What happened? What's the outcome of the Denali?
She hasn't called Mark back.
Oh, that's right. I called her. She
thought
probably
you
went
said-
dark, too.
I thought
I
you
left
said-
numerous messages.
No,
for
no,
the
I got a
GM there.
distinct message saying they're going to refund it.
No, that's the Subaru.
I must have.
No.
You crisscrossed.
No.
What?
That's what I tried to tell Mark. She called the show and updated us to tell us.
The Subaru.
No, the Denali SLT. They wanted to make it go away.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and then she went down there.
Hold on. Denali Pro.
That's the one they put Denali SLT stickers on, and it's not.
Well, it's more than stickers. It was the whole fucking bumper.
The front end. The front.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to
Do
figure
I need
out.
to call her?
Yeah.
I'll call her.
Let's find out.
See what she said.
On the Subaru, that's
All right. Clint, Little League.
They are emailing us an official statement.
Oh,
official
fuck. We know they're going to say this and that and the other thing.
They claim there was never a waiver.
Where would the money come from anyhow?
No.
How does it? Does each team pay a fee to be in that league?
Yes.
So would the league have to go to every team to collect the money?
That's what they're not
Why
gonna
would
have
the
them
other
combined.
teams need to pay that?
So, do you want me to let Jesse go, or
You
are we
know,
going to tell him
Mark's
that?
got a point. If the management of the league, you know, they don't. It's not like they have money. They're not a company.
It's not a for-profit.
So
That's what I was thinking.
why should everyone be penalized? They can't be penalized. It's that guy that did it, or somebody did it.
Are you going to bring him back,
This
Tom?
Brian McClintock is for that state.
Okay, that's
I
all I
gotta
care
take
about.
other people. Why?
He's the head of Little League for that state, this Brian McClintock. My son is the head of Little League for Arizona. I'm also trying to ask him how they would.
Well, what difference does it make?
It
What
does.
they would do?
They're claiming there's no.
Here's what I'm saying. What they're saying is you broke the rules. You can't go to finals.
That's all they're saying.
That's all they're saying.
And the
You broke
reason
the
they
rules.
caught him is because when they finally won and were going to finals, they had to fill out certain
I mean,
paperwork.
that's all. You just broke the rules. I mean,
And
and they're saying, well, we didn't know we broke the rules. We thought we were doing it right. And these guys are saying,
Well, I'm trying
no.
to find out if he got this guy who told him it was okay to go after him.
No one told him it was. Who
Oh, that's
told them
funny.
That waiver, you mean?
Dan brings up a good point, too. The parents could go after the coach for fucking this all up. Because the parents are the one that all chipped in for the money.
Right.
Well, how do we know that they chipped in?
Well,
The
because he
parents
said
were the one that paid.
the parents all paid. They're the ones that literally paid.
Well, it was the specific parents, I think.
Yeah, and then they were going to get money from everybody else.
Right.
I don't know what to call
I don't know if they want to go after their coach, but I'm saying if anybody's to blame, I think it would be the coach.
$2,100. There's really no.
At first they thought the hotels, I don't care what he says, at first they thought the hotels should give them their money back. So I'm going, my God, man.
Not that close.
Like we bought our hotel in Hawaii coming up in a month or whenever it is. If we tried to cancel that a week before, we wouldn't even see a nickel, let alone half or whatever.
you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI.
Dave Porter is curious. What is the worst issue you have had with someone on your referral list?
EPI
They went out of business.
I would say Solar Mart going out of business.
No, don't say who.
No, but I would say that would be it. They go out of business.
Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identify EPI.
You didn't ever have someone screw someone over and then just take off, not try to.
Not to the intentional part like that. There was some Solar Mart. There was some weird shit towards the end, but he was so broke.
Yeah.
Friday morning at 7:06 here on 6:30.
I mean, he was so broke.
He was going getting checks in the middle of the night.
Sending his wife out. But they were, $1,000, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind letting you down easy, but just give it time.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Centeno Schultz will offer stem cell treatment. You get an evaluation, and then you get living stem cell treatment. Centeno Schultz, it's the clinic we backed. They have now Lone Tree location, and they have, of course, their new Broomfield location. Dr. Chris Centeno is the doctor behind it all. Of course, there are other docs, too, like Dr. Schultz. And Dr. Centeno, though, is considered the godfather of stem cell therapy, the first in the country to do it in a clinical setting, and you can trace that back. Centeno Schultz, the real deal, and truly, so many people are being ripped off in this area. I just ask that you do your research. Even if you don't use Centeno Schultz, definitely do not use amniotic fluids and be charged for living stem cells. Amniotic fluid shipped in under current law does not contain living stem cells. And there might be one or two by accident, but we're not talking about the millions that you need. Centeno Schultz, 303-963-9201. Please call. Or look them up on my referral list at referrallist.com. 303-963-9201. Centeno Schultz. Okay, so...
They have a seminar tonight in Broomfield.
Really?
Yeah.
Tonight. Okay, that's excellent. I didn't know that. I got to give out information. I wonder if they can still sign up for that. Thanks. We got a lot going on. First of all, I'm just going to mention this. On the softball thing, if they are a nonprofit league, which they are, it's really just a conglomeration of teams. So I don't know who Jesse wants to hold responsible. Jesse technically broke the rules according to them. We called him. And because he broke the rules, his team can't go to finals. When they disqualified the team, it was only a week before, and they could not get their money back from the hotels. And there's, what about the airfare, Jesse? How did you get a refund on the airfare?
No, we were all planning on driving down there.
Oh, you were going to drive. Okay. So,
yeah.
You guys now have money. Did the parents chip in, or did somebody put it on their credit card? How did that work?
One parent put it on his credit card.
One parent paid for all of it. Now, of course, that parent's saying, I can't get my money back. We need to address this. Then we want to check in with Donice and the Denali problem. That was very interesting. We'll revisit that coming up. Have you...
Did we get her on? Is she on?
30-year loan all over again.
The Denali?
Yeah.
I think she went down there and they told her to fuck off in so many words.
I've got a stack of updates.
Look at this shit. 1542. Look at that fucking stock, man. Which one? Help. I call it Help. HCLP.
Oh, the sand people stuff.
I had Tom buy. Would you buy 6,000 shares?
The fracking sand
this week.
Yeah.
And it's already up well over $1 a share from where he bought it. Well over.
How'd you hear about it?
I heard about it from a guy named Dan.
He knows about fracking
Slick
sand.
talker that also told me about one that really screwed me. Now that I got to pay some fucking some other government shit.
Whoa. You be able to write it off.
Damn right I'll write it off.
No, what I'm saying is before tax credit.
I don't want to scroll to the bottom.
There's just one more thing.
Actually, I think I'm trying to find out what your premium was last year, but I thought it was like 12. So this table is 10.
No, it was 10.
Was it 10 last year?
Yeah, but Addie wasn't on last year. Remember, I added a young driver, so.
Well,
but Suzanne,
it didn't shoot up.
One of Suzanne's tickets dropped off, which helped.
Yeah.
Miles' tickets will drop off as soon as he's on his own fucking policy, because that's how my life goes.
You know what? That's went up 50%. almost in the last 4 days.
Oh, I know, it's ridiculous, man. Look, it's up 5% today. Now the key is, do we hold it? Are earnings Monday morning or are they after?
I'm still $20.
Yeah, but after, it's going to drop no matter what right after.
They're going to do 75% the next one.
Do you think their earnings are going to be that great?
They're going to blow them away.
Not only does this stock jump like crazy, the deductible over a year's period, or deductible,
$3 dividend.
The dividend is going to be, if you held it for a year, you're 17-18%.
Oh, Lord.
Plus, you're making 50% on the damn value.
All right. You talked me into it.
Well, shit, I don't know where you... It's one of those weird ones. I told my other buddy, Dan, I said, jump in. He goes, no way, it's up 4%. That was on Monday. It's like, well, big fucking deal. I mean, who cares? It's going up. If he jumped in where I told him, he would have been way over $1 a share, too, now. All mine came in at $13.20.
So this
what was your basis on that one? Log in when you get a minute.
So when they were the first...
Yeah, it always seems to be higher than yours.
That's planned. How does he brag if he doesn't?
You can't make as much as me did. That would suck. How fair is that? And I haven't even taken my 10%.
That's a good point.
What did Larry used to get? 20% of losses?
1 point something.
Wouldn't that be funny if they get? They do. They get paid.
No matter what.
They get paid no matter what.
No matter what.
Can you legally take a percentage of profit?
No, he's not a trader.
Tom is just giving.
Oh, you mean me? No, I just. If he doesn't, then I'll take it in other ways.
Then I'll tell him to buy
I'll tell him to
Tesla.
buy. Yeah, buy Tesla and Facebook today.
Real fast.
I just heard something about Tesla.
It's the little things, like seeing the ice cream man. Ice cream sandwich, please. Or treat yourself.
This Saturday's cool.
We've got the names everyone wants. Like
Maybe we go to. Oh, did we already use our gift card at Chris Root's? So I'd rather go Dell's or somewhere then.
And don't forget, Style Circle Rewards members.
So anyway, the Sand was the first one to have a mine in the Permian, which is the hottest play. Permian, Texas, by Midland, Texas, hottest play in the country by far. Right.
And that's why they're killing it.
Well, I mean, there's other places that started there, but they also have sand mines in Wisconsin.
What was your PE? I never even looked.
4P or PE? Right now, after the big run-up, 9.93.
So sand being so heavy, their hauling costs have to be.
What is that?
Train,
Thing?
right?
It's all train, but still being so close.
Oh, that's the really
Yeah.
in there.
Right.
I'm going to learn more at
But
audible.com.
they're slowing down the Permian just because they can't get the oil.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't mind. I wouldn't. Yeah, let's stay home. I'll make sous vide.
Because they don't got pipelines to get it out.
Oh, okay. So I bought a sous vide machine I'm going to use this weekend. I'm going to cook the steaks.
Did you get it, Mark?
I got it, came in the mail 2 days. I bought it the day John was here. I got it 2 days later.
I really
sitting on my counter.
It's soud. Is it soud?
S-O-U-V-E, sous vide, sous vide.
There's a V really somewhere.
But that's the method of cooking. That's not the brand.
You know,
I'll let you know how it works.
I really think we're freaking unbelievable would be, let's say, a lobster tail. It's hard to get those perfect.
Yeah, I always grill lobster.
I know, but think about
But you sous vide it, and then you pop it on the grill just to
That's right.
whack it.
That's right. So,
But I'll let you know, because
the concept of sous vide, though, is interesting.
Very
When
slow
you told me
cooking.
that, yeah, well, it doesn't have to be either slow, but when it gets to temperature, it doesn't overcook after that. I've always thought that things keep cooking, but he says if it's the same temperature, it never goes beyond that.
Well, I wouldn't say never,
That's
but
what he said.
yeah,
He
but
said you keep it in
I can't
hours.
put something in my smoker at 165 for a month. I mean, it's
No,
going
but
to be
he
gone.
said, yeah, there's something about it though that
But way
being
longer
liquid.
than you
He
think.
says it's something about being a liquid.
Well, here's what, I don't know about the liquid part, but here's what it's going to do to a steak. I already get it. It's going to melt that fat down. I'm going to get a big fatty ribeye from Costco.
Because to get it rare the way you want, many times the fat does not break down.
That's right.
So yeah, and if you break down the fat, sometimes the meat is too well.
The only one I've ever seen that can do it perfectly, I don't care, that's why I always say Dell's, they got this 1600 degree oven. Somehow Well, first of all, you and I can't put a 1600-degree oven in anything we own. You simply can't buy a home version of them. I mean, you can't. I mean, you simply can't. It'll burn your house down.
Well, 1600, was that sear the outside so the juice can't get out?
They cook a rare steak there, a rare steak like how I like it. Not cool blue, rare.
Jesus Christ, I got it.
You ready for this? Like in 35 seconds. That's great. 1600 degrees or 1400.
You need the welding equipment out.
But think about that. Think of how quick a mistake happens at that temperature. I mean, you're into medium, like in what, 4 seconds?
Right.
Shooter.
Hello there.
Tom Martino here. This hour brought to you by Cam Solar. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter. We're consumer advocates, help, information, referrals. And like I say, we have recovered cash merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services of hundreds of millions of dollars over the years. All you have to do is call. I really got to get to the important stuff like our insurance help center right now. Please call. You can have your declarations page or just some of your stuff that indicates what you pay and what coverage you have. Compass Insurance Group will go out and compare. No charge to you, no obligation. And these guys, I swear to you, they'll tell you the truth when it comes to a great deal. They won't try to convert you. And about 15% of the time, people should just stay put. And the 85% when they can save you money, it's with one of like 25 companies. They just go out and just compare. That's the secret. Captive agents can't do that. I did a rant the other day about that. Captive agents can't do comparing. They only have one company. So the help center is 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. And on another topic, the Cam Solar, if you get solar, it could be a good idea, maybe not. You know, not everyone's lot is made for solar or you'll get the maximum benefit. This is another place that will give you a free analysis and let you know. If you go to gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter, just for my listeners, it's an evaluation that is free. Find out how much solar you can produce. Then you get a 20-year performance guarantee and a 20-year parts and labor guarantee on all the parts and labor. That's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. Okay, people have been waiting. We are working on some strategies. We're trying. We're just thinking about this because we have this softball team thing. First of all, think about it. The softball team, even if they're liable, who is the softball team? The softball team are other softball teams. So technically, if they had to pay the damages back for canceling or for kicking out the team from the tournament, if they had to pay it back, it goes against the other teams. So Jesse, very quickly, what do you think should happen? You guys are owed, let's say roughly, let's say $2,000 in losses, okay? Because they canceled you, they disqualified you a few days before you were going to leave, and therefore you didn't get your money back for your hotel or for your B&B, Airbnb. Okay, that's easy to understand. Okay, let's say they're liable. Who pays? Mark brought this out on a break. The league is simply a bunch of teams. It's not like some big corporation, right?
Well, it's a hierarchy. They have an international headquarters. They have regional districts.
This is different. This is like a thriving business. This is not just a local.
Right. I mean, it is a nonprofit organization, but yeah, they have international, hierarchies.
Well, we're thinking you're not going to succeed, and there's not much we can do. And Deputy Clint called, and Clint, they basically said they did nothing to make this right. They don't have any kind of a waiver, they said?
They said they're sending us an official statement by email, but they said they had no waiver.
No waiver.
No waiver.
Okay, but Jesse says they did have a waiver.
Yeah, but then he also clarified and said apparently it was the wrong one.
Now, rather than just milking this, we talked about it. And I'll tell you, Jesse, I don't think you're going to prevail. And I hate to be the one to tell you this. What you should do, if you feel strongly about it, go to small claims court. I don't know, go to small claims court. Now, here's the other thing, Jesse, that could be a problem if you're the boss. Are you the boss, Jesse?
No.
Okay. Whoever the boss is, whoever did this, whoever has responsibility, one of these parents who put it on their card, I'm not saying this will happen, but they could possibly go after one of you for losing this money, saying, look, you guys are the reason we lost our money. So I don't know what's going to happen. This is an interesting one to follow up. And if anyone has ideas, let us know. Now, Krista called about Precision Roofing. We've been trying to get a hold of somebody on that. Suzanne, we can't get a hold of Precision or what? They're just not
They don't. I was looking for a picture. They don't have a website, Tom. They don't have. He has nothing.
Do you have a cell phone for them? This is what I want to know, Krista. Do you have a number other than the office number 720-628-9323? Do you have another number?
I don't believe that's an office number. That's his cell. But I have to clarify. Fran did actually get a roof.
Wait, he didn't just tear it off. He did do the roof.
So he tore my roof off, but he did put a roof on her house.
And
has no license to do business.
Well, hold on.
Brighton.
Hold on. So I thought she paid $10,000 and got nothing because, and you guys had plenty of opportunity to tell me this, but she did get a roof. And did it pass inspection?
No, it can't. He's not licensed to do business.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Whether he's licensed to do business or not, and you may find this shocking, but it doesn't matter as far as owing him money. If you got, it's something called quantum Marriott, if you got value and you don't pay, it doesn't matter if he got a license. A license doesn't have value. Okay? I mean, I know that sounds weird, and it's been fought millions of times, but the fact that someone doesn't have a license in and of itself does not exclude them or disqualify them from being paid. Okay?
We have had some in Denver, in just Denver for whatever reason, where a contractor does not have the ability to work there.
Right.
And they have actually won in court. The caller is won in court.
Not after the roof was installed.
Well, it wasn't a roof. It was an electrician, but basically everything had to be redone because that guy didn't have...
But that's different. I understand that. Yeah, that because they got no value. But if you have a roof, now if the roof is not done correctly, well, that's a different story. I'm just assuming if the roof was done, it was done correctly, or maybe a few minor repairs here and there. The fact that he's not licensed or permitted doesn't matter as far as the homeowner goes. So I'm not going to fight for Fran except if the roof is not good.
Yeah, but what do you do if they don't pass it? What does she do at that point? If they're not going to pass it, and she goes to sell it...
Here's what she does. She finds out what it will cost to fix. Usually it's minor. She will then sue him in small claims court for what it costs to fix the deficiencies.
But what happens if it's perfect? Let's say he did the roof perfect, but it simply won't pass because he didn't pull a permit and can't pull a permit because he can't work there.
No, you're right. You're right. Retroactively, if you can't pull the permit, sometimes you can for more money, but you can sell it. I've had that happen. I've had homes where I had something done, the guy didn't pull a permit, it was done perfectly, and on the disclosure I put down no permit. Yeah, I mean, I tell people, I mean, they have the opportunity,
like a basement or something.
They have the opportunity to get it fixed. So I can't fight for Fran. She needs to get that roof inspected by someone to see if it's done correctly. I can fight for you if you stop payment and cancel the contract and this guy decided to run and get it done quickly and tear the roof off quickly so he could keep you in the contract, right? I mean,
yes.
So hold on, Suzanne, as long as we have her contact information, we'll keep Clint on this one. But Clint, we're only going after the, we're not going after anything. We're just saying we're done, okay? We're done. Don't do anything more. Do not do anything more. I put that in writing too, Krista. Yes,
hey, let
Elias, you're next. Elias, so hang on. Yes.
Just food for thought.
Yes.
How about if you bought a brand new car from a dealership?
Yes.
You go to pick it up. You pay cash for it.
Right.
And there's sap all over the roof and it's got to be sanded down.
Oh, we need to talk about that. Now,
what would you do?
Think about buying a new vehicle. This is new, not used.
Brand new.
And it has a defect and they tell you no matter what, you have to buy it. Now, because you didn't inspect it beforehand. Now, Elias, before we go into that one, man, there's so many topics. Or Lias?
Lias.
Yes,
Lias. But I just spelled it correctly.
That's okay.
Tom.
Lias, what is your comment on the softball game?
My daughter actually plays for the softball team,
yes,
for Coach Jesse, and I just want to call and say I believe the real injustice actually has to do with the Little League denying these girls their chance to play for nothing that they did wrong.
I know.
And
I'd agree with that.
That really sucks.
Right, and if you really dig into it, technically, like you said, the team could have been wrong, but we can't play by their rules if they're changing the rules as we go. We did have a waiver in place, which has been in place for the past 5 years.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys have been doing this for 5 years?
But they never went that far?
No, 12-year-olds haven't gone that far. This is the first year our league had a 12-year-old team make it to this particular tournament.
You know, Elias, this was an injustice. I wish you guys would have contacted us before. We could have fought to have you guys go. I'm serious. And we could have, we would have, and we should have. And we probably would have won. Dawnese had a weird problem. Dawnese called, and I'm telling you, we looked at her paperwork, the emblems.
It was incredible.
It all says Denali. I don't know if they did it, but they knew it wasn't a Denali, because as soon as you put down the VIN number, it comes back as a Yukon. But Dawnese swore to God she was buying a Denali. Now, I call that, what do you call it?
Fraud?
Yeah, or whatever. It's definitely a problem. And she lost money as a result of it when she goes to trade it in. She thought she was buying something she did not get. I believe at the very least, she should pay for the use of the car and get a refund.
It was a $7,000 difference they were going to give her on a trade-in because she discovered it was a Yukon.
Now, Dawnese, I thought I had heard they had finally
made it right.
Yeah, they were going to make it right, or they were going to refund. What are they doing?
Okay.
Dawnese.
Yes, sir. Mr. Ed Tynan himself called me, and he sent me not to the original store we purchased from, but to a different location, one of his locations, and he purchased the vehicle back for the remainder of what was financed for.
Good. I think I remember hearing this. Good.
However, I would like to point out, never once would he give me an apology. He told me that this was a clerical error and he did nothing illegal. And I would have just liked to have been apologized.
Yeah, and I understand. I understand. But, you know, the good news is, though,
I'm happy they made it right.
The good news is, though, that he did get involved and it was fine. And that is good news. Seriously. And I don't understand the other part, the non-apology. It would have been easy. But
and it wouldn't have mattered. Who cares?
When did you first figure this out? You thought you had a Denali. When did you figure it out?
I figured it out about 2.5 weeks ago when we went to trade it in. And we were trading it in for upgrades that we would have had on an original Denali. But we didn't know that because we came in for a family vehicle. We're like, just give us something big. We didn't come in for a specific make and model.
And then all of a sudden you start looking at the paperwork and it was screwed up. So, you know what? Here's the deal. I think that Tynan did the right thing, but it was definitely the wrong thing not to at least, you know, I would have given you like a complimentary service or something in the future. This was wrong, but they made it right. So anyway, what's going on with your sprinkler system, Russ? What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, man, what's going on with your sprinkler system?
My neighborhood has an HOA.
Yes.
And my house borders a small green belt that's watered by the HOA.
Yeah.
Every third evening, 9:30 for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. On the 10th of this month, I discovered that their sprinklers have been hitting the side of my house for an unknown period of time.
You don't know how long it's been happening? Like, is it just this season, or you mean years?
No, I don't know, Tom. But it did rot out the clapboard.
Now you didn't notice this. How long you been in the home?
21 years.
Oh.
But I'm sure it hasn't been 21 years of hitting the side of the house.
Well, no, but the siding is 21 years old, is what you're saying?
Right.
All right, hold on. It's 21 years old. We'll talk about what your loss is. And we have our insurance help center. Remember that, 303-771-HELP. We'll come back to you. Don't go away. 303-771-4357. And speaking of insurance, they will do comparisons free of charge, and we're going to tell you some of the savings. Last time we saved well over $250,000 when you add them all up, the savings we made for people. Flexident, of course, if you have hail damage, Flexident is the preferred way to fix your car. Flexident is paintless dent repair. Flexident is almost like magic when you look at it. They have ways of sucking that dent out or massaging it back into place. The paint's never affected. It's like you've never been there. It will not affect the value of your car, and they have immediate opens. Flexident openings. Flexident of Colorado.com. 303-619-6273. That's 303-619-6273. Great experience. Good guys. Flexident of Colorado.com.
Turn off the audio.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
No new stalls or accidents on the highway drive in the metro area, just slowing in the same spots. Northbound I-25 slow downtown from Alameda heading up towards Colfax. Also, watch out for slow speeds on westbound I-70 in the elevated portion. Both directions of 270 slow on the approach to Vasquez. Earlier crash southbound I-25 approaching the Turnpike. That's been cleared out of the way. Off-highway, northbound Sheridan remains partially blocked there between 29th and 32nd due to a multi-vehicle crash. The weather forecast. Slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 81. Right now, mostly cloudy skies in the Mile High City, and it's 70. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
A junk drawer. We all have one. It's full of all kinds of things. Batteries, paper clips, pens, markers, bits of string. Things that are useful on their own, but thrown together make a mess. Hi, this is Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday here on 630 KHOW. It's easy.
Go to it.
An IRA.
Did you send that thing about
that doesn't even make sense.
the shipping? Where in 2000, did you read that article on the shipping where they got to go to the low sulfur fuel?
I did. I read it. I didn't read it in its entirety, but I definitely.
Send that to your friend Dan. See what there is a way to it. That there's going to be money made when that happens because there's a lot of places that can't sell their
I don't think a lot of what you're saying participate.
They have to. It's international. You know what? I don't know how much sting they have.
That's what I mean. Why would China?
Well, China's already got. They're already putting out pretty fuel. Oh, I think because all their
they can't even breathe.
Russia, they say, is a place that still produces fuel like this, but all the ones in the U.S.
depend on it. No, ladyfingers thing.
Like I say, this is going to cost shipping a lot of money.
Walked off this job and kept all the money on the landscaping thing.
You know, he's made 10 grand on stock since Monday.
They can't
serve that. How much did he? Where did he buy that?
He bought 6,000 shares. My 3,000, I'm up 7. He's got 14.
I thought you bought 6,000.
I did, but I bought 3 in this account, and I bought 3 in a different account.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, you're right though. I did. I made exactly the same amount.
But he bought it at higher. I thought he was like 50 cents.
Oh, you're right.
50 cents higher.
You're right. He did. He bought at. That's why I told him to log in. I bought it at 22 and 23 cents. He bought it at 55 or 48. I forget. So he's about a quarter higher. He's a quarter fucking higher. What are you in yours?
Different. I started buying it last January.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some of the stuff was that.
What's your basis?
I got it in several accounts. I suppose the basis is altogether $10.50 or something.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Yeah. It's,
what do you got? A couple hundred in it?
A couple hundred.
Grand.
16,000 shares. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look that up. I want to know what your basis is on that stock. Oh, yeah. It's killing me.
I mean, let's go to lunch.
I was going to tell you to sell it 5 minutes ago, but you missed it. You weren't in here.
Just went up $1 and came down.
It just crashed. Went to 0. They said we ran out of sand. We can't find sand anymore. Oh, did you see that diamond mine they found? Did you read that fucking article?
No.
Oh my God! Listen to this, guys. Do not buy diamonds anytime soon.
This is not anytime soon. De Beers has been.
They bought out the Russians.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
To keep the price up. Because they found so many of those kimberlite pipes.
That's right, and they've been buying. I'll bet you they have a room full of like this full of diamonds.
Oh yeah, that's been a long time.
Yeah, that's been a long time, right? So you're saying they found it. So diamonds, not only is diamonds not rare anymore, they can make perfect diamonds artificially.
So you can't even tell.
No, you can't.
They cannot tell the difference.
You can tell because they're perfect.
No. No. The new ones are putting small imperfections.
Oh, no! Wow.
The industry came together, though, and said, you know, if they're fake, you got to mark them.
Oh, really?
Who's going to do that?
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Okay, let's go to the phones. And remember, Simply Floors, Inc., for floors at tremendous savings. All floors. Simply Floors Inc. for Simply Savings. Simply Floors Inc. If you know anyone getting floors, you can say, man, Tom drums that into our heads. It's the same quality floor coverings, but less, even less than the mills and the outlets and all of the other stuff. But Buddy Mitchell, the owner, and his wife, they just make less profit. That's really what it is. It all comes down to that. He still makes plenty of money. He loves helping people. He loves giving value. SimplyFloorsInc.com, 52nd and Ward, southwest corner, if you want to drop in. Hey, so we got this sprinkler thing. Russ, I'm going to say that there's a certain amount of responsibility you might have for not noticing it. Now, in a homeowner situation, we have Brian from Compass Insurance Group with us. By the way, that help center, get your comparisons, 303-771-HELP, free of charge. Okay, so what's going on with homeowners? Can he put a claim in? Let's say the entire side was rotted out. Let's just say that, and it was worth putting in a claim. Would they cover that?
You know, most insurance claims have to be sudden and accidental. It doesn't mean that it can't be covered, because if he had no knowledge of it or had no reasonable idea to know that it was there, even something that happens over time can be covered. But for the most part, something that happens over a period of time is going to be excluded on a homeowner's policy.
So what would they say? That's maintenance?
Yeah, wear and tear, something that's happened over time, just slowly occurring.
Russ, did you ask your insurance?
No, Tom. I thought the HOA would be responsible.
Well, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, go ahead.
I don't have this damage anywhere else around the house. It's an area about 6 by 20, and one evening
so it goes 6 foot up and about 20 feet across your side.
Right. And
what kind of siding do you have, by the way?
It's that pressboard, clapboard.
Man, if you had K&H's, I hate to plug them like this, but I love it. The new sidings, by the way, people, are absolutely waterproof. But let's talk about this siding. It's going to have to be replaced, no doubt. Right? Okay.
Right. Okay, and I already have some estimates. But I did talk to the HOA about it. I emailed them, and there was a lady named Kathleen that emailed me back, and she said a contractor would be out within 7 days to once the work order was issued.
Yeah.
They would come out and take care of it.
How much do you think it would cost to fix?
I got 3 estimates.
Okay, now you're not talking about doing the whole side, but just the area affected?
Replacing pieces, okay? Okay, from
$1,000
to $4,000.
Now, who gave you the $1,000? I'm curious how you got 1 to 4.
Marco. I think they're on your referral list.
I'm trying to think.
Marco. Oh, Bendinelli?
No, he's an attorney.
I don't know any other Marco.
It would be really expensive if he did it. What about the other one, the $4,000 one?
I think they're called. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
All right. For something like that, one of the better companies would have been Genesis, but Genesis Total Insurance. But here's the problem with Genesis or K&H or anybody. See, Genesis does work like that. It's a repair. They will do some repairs, but no one has time to do these small repairs. So I'm anxious to know this $1,000 repair, if that really can be done. I mean, I'd love for you to look into it, because if we can quantify the damage, it's easier to get it fixed. It's when it's the big unknown and you have people, and thank God you're not one of them, but people, oh, now I'm going to have black mold and who knows, you know, the whole house has to be torn down, dirt excavated, plus my mother had a heart attack as a result. I mean, it gets on and on and on. So let's talk about a bottom line. What are they going to do?
Okay, well, Tom, I called her a couple days later to see exactly
and what are they going to do.
It's going to come out. Well, she said because I only gave her 2 days notice of me from the time I discovered it to the time I told her.
Sure.
She said they decided they're not going to take any responsibility.
Wait a minute. Because you gave her, then say take as long as you want. That's not the reason they're not taking responsibility.
That's what she told me.
Why? Because you called her.
She only had 2 days notice that this damage was being done to the side of my house. And I said, okay, well,
tell her now it's 10 days notice, and it's going to be 30 days notice. Take whatever notice period she wants. I mean, I don't even understand. Okay, we have to call that. Who is that person you talked to that actually said that? This is weird.
Okay, her name is Kathleen Endes, E-N-D-E-S.
B-N?
E-N-D-E-S. Endies.
Endies. Okay, listen. I'm sure she didn't mean that. I mean, I think what she meant, here's what I think she meant. What's her first name?
Kathleen.
Yeah. I think Kathleen meant this. She meant because you called me, right after you noticed the damage, and you wanted to get it fixed right away, or I gave you, it was too quick, we didn't have a chance to really investigate, and now that we're looking into it, we're not going to cover it. Something like that. We're going to call, what's the name of your subdivision?
Okay, it's Wyndham Park, Master.
Wyndham. Okay, I don't know if they are responsible. Brian, what do you think? You handle losses all the time, Compass Insurance Group. I don't think they're responsible because he did not, wait, they are partially, but it went on and on and on and on. I think, shoot, 60 days it wouldn't have been damaged.
Yeah, this is something that's happened over a long period of time if there's that much damage, I would imagine. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be hard to try to hold them accountable and say that I never knew that this was happening, although I believe him. I don't think he did know, but I think you're going to have a hard time trying to prove that.
Totally. I think that's your biggest, I think your biggest problem is the time, and I'll tell you why. Because without the time element, you would have had no problem. The entire problem, see, what was negligent about what they did? What's negligent?
Well, the sprinkler head shot the water over the fence.
I understand. What's negligent? What's negligent? They did. Hold on. I'm asking. I'm serious. What's negligent? I'm not trying to argue. What is negligent about it?
Well, I think it's negligent just because of the fact that it was hitting the house, and because the paint covered the rot. You couldn't tell it was rotted out unless you rubbed against it.
Hold on, but
then you would rub the paint.
But Russ, why did you know it was rotten?
Because I happened to be on the side of the house one day to pull up some weeds, and I brushed against the clapboard, and some of the paint came off. And when I took
but hold on, I'm asking, how did you know the sprinkler? So you noticed the rot first, then the sprinkler.
Right, because the next evening at 9:30, I went out there with my cell phone, and I caught the sprinkler hitting as high as 6 feet up on my house.
You're making a case for them. There's no way they would have known that this is negligent in any way, shape, or form.
Let me ask you,
most houses can be exposed to water without rotting. Right? Is that right, Russ?
Good question. Good question. I don't know.
No. Well, let's ask. How many houses rot after a rainstorm?
I would say none.
How many houses rot after 10 rainstorms, or 20?
But this is every third evening.
Russ,
and it's
that's exactly right. So therefore, how would they possibly be negligent? Because you didn't even know it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is there is some responsibility for lack of discovery. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand completely what you're saying. It's not missed on me. I think you're going to have a hard time proving they're liable for it, but they should have insurance that would cover it anyway, right, Brian? Ryan, what?
Well, the question I would have also is there, I would imagine there's a sprinkler company that's there to be servicing these sprinklers. Is it that the sprinkler is malfunctioning, and over a period of time they should have noticed when they were servicing?
Well, they should have noticed too.
Well, there's liability insurance
of course
there for that sprinkler company.
There's liability all over the place. Yep. Russ, you're not all to blame. That the sprinkler company, it's a great point. Okay, and then the HOA. So you got an amount, and you got small claims court. I mean, I think you're heading in the right direction. I don't know why the HOA would say they're not responsible. I'd like to get an official reason. So that one thing we're going to do. Let's call them. Okay. Sometimes when we do that, it solves a problem. Russ, we're going to call Kathleen Endies and find out. 303-713-8255. Look, people, some of these problems are just weird, okay? Weird. And the same thing with insurance. We always get the question, and I'm going to address it, what if you want to do your own work? That is the #1 question when it comes to insurance. What if you want to do your own work? And we're going to talk about DIY, do it yourself, coming up, okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. As I said in that call, and I meant it, K&H Home Solutions has waterproof siding. absolutely sealed. The color is impregnated through and through, and it has a beautiful wood texture and feel, and it's called Everlast. K&H is the only ones with this Everlast siding, and it's a lifetime of durability. So give them a call. They're giving 30% off siding this month. 30% off. You just have to call for an appointment. You don't have to have it done this month. 303-421-7100. Or make your own in-home appointment at khwindows.com. khwindows.com.
These problems, I hate having all of these unsolvables.
Well, they're just weird.
I am so thrilled we now have a chiropractor on the referral list. BrightenYourFamily.com. Read about Dr. Mike.
Brighten Your Family.
Chiropractor, he believes that the nerves fire.
I had an interesting claim. Get your opinion on this. How you guys would have thought on this. This is a customer that came through us through the website, through Martino, I think, through the referral list. I think it's how we got it. And so they put a request in for a quote for home insurance, put the address in the line where they say they want it, put all the details in, and actually put a note at the bottom saying this home that we're listing here is not the home we're insuring now, it's a new home that we're buying. Great, so one of my agents gets the quote, works on it, sends it over to them for the address they requested. They go back and forth. He ends up wanting to go forward with it. They send the application. He signs the application. We even do a supplemental form in-house that actually
for what? This is
for home insurance.
Okay.
Okay. We even send a supplemental form as part of our process where we list the address on the top and then list the coverages, restate it, and have them sign again.
Yeah, it's your own internal thing.
That's right. About 6 months later, we get a call from a mortgage company saying, "Hey, we need to get evidence of insurance on this home," and they send the address of the home, and we say we don't. Well, the customer service rep that talked to us said we don't insure this house. We don't have any record of it. They said we'll look into it and let you know if there's something.
They never executed.
It's a different home.
They bought a different house.
It was a different home than what we insure. Okay, that this mortgage company contacts us about. We said we don't insure this home.
But you did insure the one.
A different house. We
the one they never bought.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it turns out. So then we tell the mortgage company this. The mortgage company says, we'll look into this, we'll let you know if we need anything else. 4 months later comes a claim on a home.
Which one?
It's on a home that he purchased at the time he got the insurance policy. He gave us his old address, signed the applications for the old address.
When you say old address, he was moving out
where he moved from.
His current home that he bought a new house, he meant to put the new address in that he purchased, but he didn't.
And this has nothing to do with the other house that you inspected.
Well, we didn't inspect, but it's what he gave us. It's the home insurance. Let's say
that it should have been on.
He insured a house that he owned prior. He was buying a new house.
I get it. But when you quoted him, you guys actually quoted him on the house he was going to buy.
No. Oh, well, that's what we thought. But the house he was going to buy, he put the wrong address in. He put his current address in.
So what happened? I understand, but the house he was going to buy, the one that you gave him a quote on.
But we didn't give him a quote on.
He didn't. All he ever did was give his old address.
In his mind, he was thinking, I'm going to get a quote for this new home. But he didn't give us that address. Everything we have is from, I guess, his prior.
So what happened? Who was he insured by at the time?
Well, he had no insurance on the new home.
No,
the prior insurance, the prior home that he sold is the one we were insuring, but he didn't even own the house at that point.
No, but were you insuring it before he contacted you?
No.
So he contacted you for insurance
on
the house he was buying.
But put all the wrong info in.
But with all the original.
That's
I
right.
understand that. And that house is the one you insured from that day forward.
Yeah, the old house, but he didn't even own it.
So he had no insurance on his new house.
That's right. That's right. So when the claim comes, he has a $15,000 hail loss, and the insurance company says, we don't insure that house. And so the mortgage company gets involved and says, what's going on? We say, well, we told you. So we talk to the customer. We're like, buddy, how do we know? You never told us his address.
Does he have anything he filled out giving the old address?
Everything.
Everything he has is the old address. No, we didn't fill it out. He did. He put it online, it came to us, and it was him that filled it
Oh,
out.
hell yeah, or else their ass would be grass.
So we have a signed app, signed supplemental, all with this old address, and we're like,
How much was that insurance? I'm sure you got them a full credit on the fake insurance.
So what the insurance company says when we go to them, they say, we don't pay for the loss, but what we'll do is we'll refund him for any premium paid. He doesn't want that. I mean, if he's furious.
Well, let me ask you, did he admit he made the mistake?
Yes.
And he knows you're not supposed to.
But what does he expect? The insurance company to go, oh, well, we know you fucked up.
What ended up happening?
So his wife gets on and is very upset at us.
Why aren't you?
Well, because we're the ones
She's
that was
upset.
there. She's upset, but it's coming out on us, and and she goes, well, then who screwed up? And so we said, you did.
Right.
What do you want us to do here? Turns out we got the insurance company to pay.
Wow.
How the hell did you do
We
that?
just used our relationship and said, listen, their intent was not wrong. They were not trying to insure a house, so they did it.
These guys are buddies.
Wow. 303-771-HELP is the Insurance Help Center, okay? Remember that. 771-HELP. Do we have any examples in a minute here from the Insurance Help Center? If you call, we save you money 85% of the time, and then you get the comfort of knowing you have a good deal if you're the other 15%. Also, you'll save money if you go to CentryRV.com. Century, C-E-N-T-U-R-Y, CentryRV.com, okay? They are in up north. I don't know what town that's. It's right outside of Longmont. It's on I-25 and the 119 turnoff. There's a service department there, along with new and used RVs. The largest Cougar dealer, that's a fifth wheel, in the country with more Cougars than anywhere. So if you're listening in parts unknown, we get a big audience outside of Colorado, of course. You can go to CentryRV.com and do your transaction. They also have a place just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's in Lakewood. That's CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. Okay, so Leah, we have a comment. Let's just take this comment on the dealer, the Denali thing. They bought the Denali back. That wasn't a Denali. It was falsely stated, misrepresented in writing, and I think in the end when the owner himself got involved and bought it back, that's fine. She wanted an apology. What's your comment, Larry?
Yes, I want to just comment is that I called you back in October, sometime October, late October, November, and I called you about my wife's Volkswagen Euro, and I think they don't make them anymore. It's a two-door sports, and the warranty had gone out with Tynan. So we was in a mess. That was going to cost something like $5,000. The pistons or whatever wasn't working or whatever. And we had just purchased the car like 7 months previous, but the warranty went out. And so my wife ended up writing them a letter and everything, explaining the situation. And they made us whole. And it was like $5,000 worth of work. And they put in a new battery. So I was out on the road. I came back home to make sure that people would know that. Now I'm not discrediting what she went through, but I'm saying that they $5,000 and then we didn't have to pay a dime.
That says a lot. It says a lot about you too, that you're willing to drive back just to give them credit. Now, Larry, was it the owner that got involved when this happened?
Yes, because the thing is, I thought it was very disingenuous at first, because when you walk in there, everyone is shaking your hands. Everyone say, this is so-and-so, this is Tynan's cousin, this is Tynan's uncle, this is the brother, this is all that. And so we went in, so we was like, okay, these people are friendly, and they really care about you, it seems like.
Yeah.
So in the end, when we got in trouble, with the situation, and then initially they said that the warranty is up, and then my wife.
How long was it that the warranty expired? Like, give me an idea of mileage or time.
It was about 2 months, and then that's when I gave you a call. Because you was doing a show about warranties, so you immediately took my call. And then you did. And then what I was frustrated a little bit, Tom, because you cut me off and say nothing else you can do.
Well, there isn't with an expired warranty. There really isn't, unless you have someone like Tynan who is willing to do it gratis. But I mean, if a warranty expires, unless it's the same problem you complained about during warranty, I'm really correct, Larry, in saying there's really nothing we can do. I mean, there isn't. And I'm happy.
No, I wouldn't say about you, but
I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying is that, but there was this thing I looked online that they could do something. They could write the not the ownership, but the manufacturer.
For sure.
They
For sure.
Request on our part. So
That's
I
right.
I was just expecting to maybe they go half. They say, please, if you can go half with us. They went whole.
Now, Larry, that is great news. And I'm sorry. You know, maybe what we should do is try a little harder and get to the owners or try to appeal. We do that a lot. We do appeal to people. But there are times, Larry, that I say, well, sorry, you know, that's the way it is. I mean, I do say that sometimes, and I'm sorry that happened with you, but I'm really happy that you called us back with the results. And this, did you have something? This is.
I just got to tell you, before Colorado Springs drops off, I got to tell you this Huberger Subaru story.
Okay. Leah, you have a storage pod, right?
Yes.
And is this the kind that you put everything in and that pod moves?
Yes.
And did you have it at your house and loaded it up and then took it to U-Haul, or how did that work?
Yes.
Okay, so you loaded it up and you took it. Is U-Haul the place that stores it for you?
Yes.
Okay, now here is the mystery. Here's the crazy thing. Oh my gosh, what happened to your pod?
There's something screwy around here.
What happened?
So we packed up our pod. We were going to move.
And
it's gone.
Oh, no. It's gone. It's totally gone from there. Okay, this is going to be a good one, all right? This will be I don't mean good for you. It's terrible. But we will try to help you. No, it is. I hate to say it like that. This is a good one. No, it is terrible. But who's responsible? Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, so if you screw up and drink and drive and you think you're calculated correctly, most likely you're wrong. Do you know that? Most of the time, when you're stopped for it, you get a ticket. And most of the time, you get a conviction. Now, Joe Lazara will fight for you, and if you're falsely accused, he'll help you. And if there's a technicality, your rights were violated, he'll help you. But what Joe is there is to get you through the system, because guilty or innocent, whatever, you need someone to get you through the system. There are a lot of deadlines. It's a technical thing. And with any crime, it's a trying time. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney on a referral list. You can search Joe or Lazara or look him up on his website, LazaraLegal.com. 303-429-6200, 429-6200.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
No, that's because sorry. Mark, is that what you're talking about in Colorado Springs, that pod before we went on?
No, nothing to do with the pod. It's a Subaru deal. You know, ultimately, Huberger, I believe, came through. It's just a crazy. No, they weren't going to do anything.
Did she say head kind
I don't remember. There is a bunch of tie-ins. I mean,
one of them's my
cousin
neighbor. One of them's my neighbor up the hill.
Hey, Tom, I do have some good examples whenever you get a chance. I have a couple that you'll like.
What's the most we've done so far? What's the most?
Just on
10,000 a year?
8,000.
I remember one was pretty high.
One was $8,000.
Yeah.
And I think they added like an umbrella too.
Right. This doesn't give the history on the phone. That's why I only have what I have.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Mine does. That's weird. Did you go into your positions and then?
Yeah, it should have a copy.
Oh, no, I don't have my positions. This company has more than.
You want to pull up your positions. It'll actually, even if you have different lots, it's pretty good at averaging.
Replacement window company. Maybe it does, Mark. Yes, here.
So, what was your basis? I forgot what you bought it at.
Windows.com. That's hwindows.com. My base is on health energy efficiency. Nothing improves a home like these windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, skill, and when it comes to standing behind their product.
Well, then that's
the purchase was $13.54. I know that for sure because I had them do the
It's 1565 now. Which you must have 5,000 shares. I thought you had 6,000.
See, you know, gambling, when you win, the only thing that makes you leave is when you lose all your money and you don't have enough to eat.
Well, then you're a horrible gambler.
No, I know, but I've met people, Mark, that were 100 grand up, and I said, at what point do you call yourself done?
Yeah.
You're 100 grand up, and he went all the way down till he was minus 10,000. He didn't have any more money to gamble with. I said, you literally gave all that money back. You could have had that. I mean, so the only thing that kept him from gambling was not having money. So I said, theoretically, there would have never been a time that you would stop.
Right.
Never.
Because you won't stop until you lose.
Anytime.
Right. So what do you do with people
That's a
like
gambling
that?
problem.
Well, they're fucking.
What do you do to stop that?
Well, it's not a point of stopping it. In Vegas, anywhere I'm at, I got a rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. 50%. I started a blackjack table with $500. $750. I'm out. Period. End of story.
That's good.
I take 50%
and call it good.
And that's it. I'm done. Yeah, until the next day or whatever. I don't know what people do.
That's what I mean with stock.
If we're in Vegas, I might gamble for an hour or two, where there's people that gamble, 8 hours at a time. I don't know what they do.
When do you get out of a stock? And I don't mean that facetiously. When do you? I mean,
well, like on this particular
it always
one,
goes up forever. That's
once ex-dividend.
No,
day
that one you
goes.
told me, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do on?
Well, Walmart, to me, my target price on Walmart's $103.
Okay.
It's right, whatever it is now. On the other one, I got you.
Put an order in.
On B. No, it doesn't. You can. I don't see any purpose in it though. But BAC.
Here's why. When you call me and say to hit 103, do it, and I'm like flying my helicopter, I can't.
Well, then you just land on the closest building.
Put a sale in for him.
No, one time I'm
out on an autopilot.
You could put an auto sell if you put that limit, like, hey, I want it to sell at 103,
you can put that
and it's done.
Here's the problem with that. Here's why I don't like that.
Yeah, why?
Because
it has a rally that day.
It has a fucking rally.
And you know it's going to.
And at the end of the day, the fucker's at 108, and you're the only guy that sold at 103 because the order was in.
You still don't lose, though.
Yeah,
that's right. And so you can always look at it and say, man, I could have done better.
I use that as the opposite. I use that to help my loss.
Do you have stop gaps, though? Like,
if I'm going to be on autopilot, I am.
But you have to put in a price. You don't put in a percentage.
You can do either.
Yeah, you can do either way. Yeah.
See, that's wonderful.
Yeah. If you say if it goes below this, I want it. You can do that.
Let's talk about that stock. Help right there. Here's the problem with that stock. We've had 2 or 3 days where it's fluctuated under your buy price. You possibly could have sold it, lost money, and 3 hours later it's $2 higher.
And people are shorting this a lot. August 2nd.
Hi, Tom Bartino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Frank Duran, the real estate man, will never do you wrong. Frank Duran will do everything he can to make the deal work. Frank Duran, the real estate man, whether buying or selling. Well, you know what I love? If you don't like him, and this has never happened, he'll let you out of the deal. He doesn't hold you to a long-term contract because he wants to earn your business each and every day. Frank Duran is the best. FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com. All right, 303-920-1622. Let's keep going here. And Leah's pod was stolen. But, Mark, you so much. And, Leah, I promise you that I'll get right to you. But, Mark, this problem, okay, one time a guy down in the Colorado Springs area, he bought a tiny house. He didn't like it or he got ripped off. He made a $26,000 deposit or something. We got him a complete refund. And he refused to talk to us because they ordered him to be silent.
Yeah.
And we hated it, and they just were covering the
I understand it, though.
All right, so now you help this woman.
And I need to say this about Huberger. Huberger Subaru, out of how many years have you ever heard their name coming in? Never. They don't have issues. They're known as a good dealership. Now, I learned this. The founder died recently, so I think there was a little bit of turmoil going on with the sons taking over. This I'm getting third party. But here's the deal, man. Guy buys a brand new Subaru. He's bought 2 from him before. He goes down to pick it up. He pays cash for it. They got to put gas in it. They got to prep it. You know, you wax it, do whatever they do, clean it. So hours and hours and hours go by, and the guy's like, I got to get back to Wyoming, man. What is going on with this deal? They said, well, there's tree sap on it. We're having trouble getting it off. We're going to drive the vehicle to you. So they were going to deliver it to him in Cody, so he did not take delivery yet. He gets back to Cody. 3, 4, 5, 6 days goes by, whatever amount of time, and guess what? They still haven't delivered it. They needed to sand down the clear coat because the sap got through the clear coat.
In a new purchase.
And the guy didn't want it. He says, I want a refund. I don't want an old car.
In a new purchase, how could they possibly say, well, a refund is not an option?
They kept telling him it was no option. They gave him other options.
No, that's a new car misrepresented.
I called up, and I got through to the, I guess, the sales guy. I think his name was Andy. I said to him, you better call your GM or your owner right now because what you're doing is not right. You can't do it. He never took delivery of it, and it's damaged. If it was hail damage, you can't do it either.
Right. So
boom. Okay, so ultimately what happens is about an hour after I make the call, guess what?
They say I can't talk to
Mike calls me back, the caller, and goes, well, I don't know what you did.
I can't talk to you.
But I can't talk to you anymore. I owe you a steak dinner or whatever. But bottom line is they came through. I hope it was just a little blip, though, because they are a good dealership.
All right, so now, Leah, here's the thing that's going to be crazy. We will still try to fight for you, but places are normally not responsible for crime unless they contributed to it or were negligent.
And they did.
Okay, let's talk about how. Let's get that part first. By the way, I'm not saying I wouldn't help you anyway, even if they're not negligent, because there are insurances that might help, right, Brian? Brian?
Yep. You could be covered on your personal
property. By the way, that
yep.
Insurance Help Center, he has great examples. Call right now and get your comparison, 303-771-HELP. So, Leah, right now, tell me the parts where they were negligent.
So, you're right. We got the pod. We filled it with everything in our house.
Where were they negligent?
Dropped it off directly to the manager. The manager was supposed to take the box and put it into the warehouse immediately upon dropping it off when we dropped it off at 9
Was that part? Wait. That's good. Was that part of your agreement?
Oh, well, we could have dropped it off whenever.
No. I mean, was it part of your agreement that it was to be stored indoors?
Absolutely.
It was.
Absolutely.
Okay. So there are no outdoor storage bins.
Right. It is a large pod. They take the pod, they take it off the trailer, they put it into the warehouse, and it's supposed to stay there.
Okay, so what did they do wrong? They left it outside too long.
They left it out for 3 days.
Oh, man, see, now that, I'm on your side 100%. 3 days they left it? Was it by itself?
3 days. No, my box and another box was left out conspicuously for 3 days until we didn't know this happened. So we didn't know it was gone. They told us they might have shipped it to Texas. They might have shipped it to Colorado Springs. They looked at the videos. Nothing happened.
This sucks.
Not call the police. Even when they find the tape of when the guys came and stole it, they do not call the police.
Why?
I have no idea. I called the police.
Yeah?
Guess what the police do? They give it to an officer who's on vacation for 2 weeks.
What?
Yep. So
was it Pueblo?
A month later in a house completely empty. I'm a newlywed to a guy who just came from the Turkish-Syrian border.
Hey, Leah, you're going to hear a break, but don't go away. I have to ask a few questions, though.
Sure.
Have they offered you anything?
They put me in touch with their insurance company, and so I'm figuring it out.
You hold on, man. These people are screwed. You're screwed, but you shouldn't be. We're going to fight for you. You hang on. We have more coming up.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here
from the Turkish border. By the way, we are going to follow. We're going to follow Clint. It's mandatory. No, think of that. You haven't even got to that part yet. The reason she brought up the Turkish border, there's a lot of shit that's not replaceable.
Right. It's all family.
From Syria and shit. Well, wait till she finds out she gets 60 cents a pound.
There could be a couple Syrians in there.
Now listen, I didn't want to tell you guys, but my husband's a coyote.
What is the
We're missing 3 Syrians and a Mexican.
But I said you would call. It was hopeless.
Help us.
It was their home. It was their home.
there was one I said you would call on.
Yeah,
Well, let's just tell me about all your calls, and then we'll get it.
Okay.
The ones you made today. I'll be right back.
Oh, today I didn't catch the number you have for him. Please, please, please do not use my name on air
today.
or with him. What the hell are we talking about? I have no idea. I didn't catch the number you have for him, but I have, please, please, please do not use my name on air. Who the fuck is this?
Somebody who doesn't want the name on air.
But why?
You know what Tom's talking about was hopeless today? Which one was hopeless today? The Little League?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
would assume
waiting for.
I called Precision Roofing, left a message.
Significant sanctions on Turkey until
I have got an absolute record. Once a day, somebody on the police brigade, once a day suing somebody. I don't know what's going on, but
Well, no, it's because that's the people that we get, or people that.
But I've never
scumbags.
I've never had it this bad. That they're just.
Really?
Yeah, they're horrible. None of these people want to work anywhere. They just want to run and hide or be.
Did you see that interview I sent you on Nick Antonio?
I didn't watch it yet, but I read it yesterday.
I
have said that forever. I had no idea it was that bad, though. I didn't know.
Who's that?
So one of our friends' kids was a Columbine kid. And
Same age as Drew, right?
Ruined, I think he's a year younger, but ruined the whole family when Columbine.
Oh, they ended up getting divorced. The kid ended up on all kinds of drugs.
But he wasn't killed?
He wasn't killed. No, but it was PTSD, man.
He was there.
He was in the cafeteria.
It just really
Oh,
tore the
dude, they
family
ran
apart.
by their friends, like, with their fucking heads blown off and shit. No, I'll watch it.
House Speaker Paul Ryan, who retired at the end of his term, is signaling his support for current Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy to lead the
Are you going to put a stop on this high price?
What do you mean?
For selling, if it goes up to 18?
Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the fucking, how do you beat that 17% a year?
Well, what they're doing, so it's just for 1 year is what they guaranteed it for, right?
Yeah. Well, they needed money to buy something. I was reading
Well,
what they were
and they
trying to
get
do.
bought. This is the thing on that sand. The EPA is getting more involved. When they dump the sands in the bins, there's a lot of dust. It's silica dust, which is bad in your lungs. Right. And so their system that they bought keeps the sand to the dust to a minimum.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Well, plus they bought that transportation company.
that's the same company.
Oh, it's the same deal. Got it.
They call it last mile. They haul it from the mine to the on-site or from the train load.
The Green Mile or the Last Mile?
Last mile. Not the Green Mile.
You realize what the Last Mile is, though? It's the walk of death.
Oh, yeah.
Green Mile.
No, that's
Dead Man Walking.
Dead Man Walking, not Last Mile.
It's the Walking Dead.
The Green Mile.
The Roku channel.
This report is
So the Fire Stick, which is Amazon's Roku, does Dish Network full blown. If you use Fire Stick, I can log on, as long as I'm on Wi-Fi or 4G, I can log on and watch every single live station just like if I was at home. Football package, HBO, whatever you have. But Roku does not have it. And it drives me crazy because I literally got to replace all the Rokus now. But I bought the Fire Sticks. They were half off on Amazon deal day. They were $19.
You're doing pretty good right now. I tell you what, I gotta do that.
You're doing Dish Network?
Yeah, I'll be out of that contract. I am cutting the cord in about 4 months, man. My last thing, and I figured it out when I switched from direct, my direct bill was about $220, just TV. I mean, I had, HBO, the Hopper, whatever. I mean, I had everything. And that didn't include the football. I would pay $300 a month, or $300 a year for it.
Yeah.
So, I go to Dish, I figured out how to get the football network without having DirecTV, and it's only $99 for the year. So that's when I switched to Dish. It's $134, and then I pay that $99 directly to NFL. Then, here's the secret. You go to NFL and buy it, and you can watch it on a computer, a tablet, a TV, but You got to have a credit card billing address. They can't get it. This is here can't get it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Fix It 24/7. I'm in direct contact with the owner every day. It's kind of cool. He writes to me to say, "Hey, can we offer a $39 AC cleaning and refurbishing?" It's really a cleaning and lubrication and the pressures and everything checked for the first 10 callers, since we are getting a small break in the weather. So we're going to do $39 for the first 10 callers. And this $39 is unlike anything you'll ever see. You will never get this for $39 anywhere. Their normal price for this is over $100. It's like $139. So you get a $100 break anyway. But really, you won't believe the level to which they go through your air conditioning system with a no breakdown guarantee. Fix It 24/7. So it's only for the first 10 that call, and it is a great deal for sure. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. We have Compass Insurance with us, and we're going to give a few examples in a little while on savings. If you call our help center, you get free comparisons. This show is all about money savings and about smart buying and about fixing troubles. That's what we do. Everything. It includes the content and the commercial. It's a seamless integration. Truly it is. They're all the same. So 303-771-HELP. Is that insurance help center. It's free, and you can get it done till 4 o'clock today, and we're saving an average of, I'll bet, $200 a month. We'll see. 303-771-HELP, just for a phone call. So Leah has a storage pod stolen from U-Haul. Holy crap. Mark, could you imagine having your whole big giant pod just taken? And Leah, they did so many things wrong. Now, the first thing they did wrong is they left it outside for 3 days. And who knows, they would have left it out longer. It was stolen in 3 days. It was supposed to be stored indoors. And yours was stolen along with some other people, right?
One other, yes.
Did you talk to the other victim? Did you talk to the other victim?
Yes, I have. The only reason there's any kind of, like, the case is going on is because the guys stole her checkbook in her pod and started writing checks all over Denver.
Wait,
so Denver PD got involved because Englewood police, the case is just sitting on the desk of some dude on vacation.
Yeah, Englewood police, they're terrible police. That's a terrible police department. They're just, not as bad as Pueblo, but they're just terrible.
A close second.
Yes, for sure. And, okay, so listen. Let's discuss strategy. First of all, insurance. Brian Burns from Compass Insurance Group. I would say that U-Haul's insurance, I hate the expression, but it is a no-brainer.
Absolutely. These guys there's a lot of negligence. So even if their statement might come back that, hey, we only insure, we don't cover your contents, or if we do, we only do it for this much. This is outside of that because this was negligence. They left it out, they dropped the ball, and all her stuff was stolen.
So
But how do you value stuff that, came from the Syrian border or wherever she said it was coming from that can't be replaced?
Now, is your husband, what is his connection to that area?
My husband is born and raised in Turkey on the border of Syria in a town called Adana. I am an anthropologist. I lived in Turkey for 10 years before the Syrian war happened.
What were you doing? What were you doing?
I was learning Turkish and finishing a master's program.
Living there, you weren't working as an anthropologist?
I was working as like a teacher at one of the universities, teaching English and then studying my master's. So studying my master's in anthropology, which is why I needed to learn Turkish, which is why I was there.
In any of your, I'm just curious, in any of your education, did you ever, as an intern or any other way, labs or whatever, do a dig? Have you ever been out on digs?
Yeah, that's exactly why I went to Turkey, because of the archaeology there. It's Mesopotamia.
Oh my God, it is. It's the cradle of civilization, as they say.
Absolutely.
Holy
That's
crap.
why I went there. That's why I went there.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So what does your husband do? I'm just curious.
Sure. My husband was a social marketer for the government when I met him, and we went through years and years of the visa process during, Islamophobia and the Syrian war, and it took us over 2 years to get him over here. And we got him over here. He came here with a suitcase with, all of his possessions, basically.
Oh, my God. All of his stuff? Wait a minute. So all of his stuff was in there, too?
All of his stuff, yeah, because it's both of ours. We just saved all of our money to buy a small house in Denver. We were so excited. So we got all of our stuff. We put it in the pod. We got to the new house. We're here. It's been empty for weeks. We've been hysterically crying for weeks. All of the letters that he wrote me from Turkey are in the box.
Hey, will anyone let me? I'm wondering, Lee, help me. Will anyone else, if we opened it, would we find it of value, or is it just to others it wouldn't be of value? Is this something that's just a waste?
There is value. There are leather chairs in there. There are Turkish rugs in there. There's a Turkish lamp that I carried on my lap the 24 hours on the plane from Istanbul to Denver.
Man.
Absolutely. It was all of our furniture from our living room and our dining room, which included all of those possessions that
How
we had.
much? Now listen, I'm going to ask you to be reasonable here for a reason. What I mean is, let's just for this exercise, take away the emotional part and the and
how much money's in there? I would say about 30 to 50,000.
Okay, in actual furniture.
In
art,
furniture, electronics, jewelry. My grandmother's some of my grandmother's jewelry was in there. Gold, opal.
Now I think it's unreasonable for anyone to ask for a complete detailed inventory, Brian. What do you think?
Which is what they are.
Which
is what they've been asking for us to do, an itemized list and bring all of our receipts and stuff. We just moved back to the States 2 years ago.
Brian, they can't ask for receipts on some of
them. What I usually deal with is with insurance companies, so it's a matter of a contract, and they can't be that picky. They can't ask for, who has receipts for everything they do?
And it would all be in storage anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
We're fairly young. We've never done this before. We're in our late 20s. Why would we have an inventory of all of our stuff?
Well, you sound way more mature than that. So listen, let's talk about what we're going to do. What's our strategy? You are getting together, just for grins now, you are getting together the list, right?
Yes, I've made I am an academic. I've made the list as best as I can. I do have receipts for, a portion of it, but not even close to even half of it.
Okay. And as far as, did you have any insurance at all?
So when you get a U-Haul pod, they automatically give you $1,000 in insurance. So we've already received that right off the bat. Then they told us that it's going to be capped, that the U-Haul, their insurance company is only capped at $15,000, and whatever goes over, we have to file a claim with our own insurance.
Yeah, but you don't have your own. Brian, what about that cap? I think that's a contract between the U-Haul and their carrier.
Not to mention, this is outside of it. They screwed up.
That doesn't mean that the carrier can't be held responsible directly, or the storage facility.
Right, the actual storage facility. And you didn't have any kind of your own insurance, right? Renter's insurance wherever you're at or anything like that?
Oh, did you?
We had to buy, I don't know the whole insurance game, but we had to buy home insurance when we bought our house.
Oh, wait, when did you close on your house?
We closed, I think it was the last day in June. So June, what is that, 29?
This is called off-premises coverage. Did the theft happen after you closed on your house?
See, and that's what I don't know, because I think that happened before, but they told us again that it was lost for about 2 weeks before they finally admitted to us that it was stolen.
So, hold on. So, just honestly, though, you think it happened before closing?
I honestly think it happened before closing.
Oh, crap.
Because there would be coverage underneath the homeowners. They'll give 10% of your personal property limit. They'll give off premises.
We weren't told before closing.
Well, but that doesn't necessarily matter. I know it's the data loss. So if there's a video of these guys stealing it, and it happens to be that it happened before you closed on the house, your homeowner's policy is not going to respond to it.
So where do you think this stuff? Where do you think this stuff is?
God knows, right? They could have given it to sold the stuff to pawn shops. They could have left. The thing is whatever about the valuables. The thing is, I hope that they just take whatever they want from the box, and leave it in a ditch or a field somewhere so we can collect our personal items.
I'm trying to appeal.
Money back.
I'm trying to appeal to all the thieves in that area. Where is this U-Haul place?
The U-Haul is at Englewood off of Santa Fe and about Evans.
How about a reward?
And so, yes. I mean, we're honestly, it's been the most depressing thing to be in a completely empty house and not have anything.
Okay, I'm gonna put $1,000 reward for anyone calling that leads to the actual recovery.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. Please, it's in Englewood. Give me the cross streets again of this U-Haul.
Evans and Santa Fe.
It would be the happiest $1,000 I've ever paid, other than my divorce stuff. Okay, so Englewood, U-Haul, and that is Evans and Santa Fe. Okay, so you will have $1,000, no questions asked, reward for any information for a U-Haul storage pod. What size was the pod?
It's the largest pod that they have. I don't really know.
Okay,
I think it's like
just a big. It looks like
it
looks kind of like the back of a box truck, right?
Yeah, it looks like a pod. It looks like a mini container.
Yeah.
It's a container.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's big.
How did they do it?
They see, this is what is a little bit shady, because
they would have to have a truck of some kind, obviously. How do you hook up? How do they hook that up? Tell me about it.
Well, the thing is, U-Haul won't show me the tape, and the police won't give me the tape.
Why?
And so how am I supposed to know?
Why won't U-Haul share that tape?
They won't give me the tape. They told me no. I've been emailing the police 3 or 4 times saying, please release the tape. I can get it to the news. I can get it to these people.
That's right. We should put that tape online.
On vacation.
Let's ask U-Haul. There's no reason they shouldn't give it except that they think they're liable and it's going to show it.
Right.
And maybe it'll show one of their people doing it.
That's what I was wondering.
Because there's a whole bunch of young guys that work there not saying anything.
Clint, call them right this minute, and then let's review. Let's call them right this minute, and then review. This sucks, sucks, sucks. U-Haul, Evans and Santa Fe. U-Haul. Why won't they release? Releasing the tape will only help. Why would they not release the tape? This is ridiculous, people. And is this a company-owned store, do you know, Leah? Or is this private, just a U-Haul vendor?
Well, we didn't want to use this U-Haul, but it's one of the few.
Is it a company-owned store, I imagine? Okay?
Yes.
All right, hold on. U-Haul itself, Englewood, Evans, and Santa Fe. Why not release the tape, you scum-sucking pigs? You dirty, rotten pieces of garbage. That is ridiculous. Let's talk about a good company, Pro Auto Care. They love you. They love your car. They will give you reminders by text and email of what you need and when you need it. And then when you have anything done there, they guarantee it. Well, that's not a big deal, is it? Except in between every single repair, you are part of their family and get free, I said free, roadside assistance nationwide. That's Pro Auto Care, 303-PRO-AUTO, 303-PRO-AUTO. And the website is 303proauto.com. You don't get better than that. Now, if you park that car in a garage, One Clear Choice Doors will be there in a heartbeat if you need emergency assistance for a broken spring or something, or if you just want to get it inspected. They do free Martino inspections for people that want to know the condition of their garage door and their garage door opener. They have new openers starting at just $333. I did a complete garage door that is the best garage door I have ever had in my life. They do doors, they do openers, they do service, they do inspections. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. You won't do better than them. Isn't this wonderful to have such a great bunch of people all in one place? Referralist.com. One Clear Choice Doors, 303-565-6409, 565-6409.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Troubles in the tech center and a mess at...
This sucks. If fucking assholes. If I was from Canada and I bought Facebook ads, just like we run Facebook ads right now, and I wanted Hillary to win, is that technically illegal?
No, it's not at all.
Well, it's not.
It's
illegal.
not interfering.
But that's how they called it. They called it interfering with.
But it's not interfering.
But why did they say that they went after these 12 Russians?
That's the whole thing I got, because I think they just did it on Facebook, right? They just bought.
The majority was they bought ads on Facebook.
But okay, then what is illegal about it?
I don't know, but they have an indictment on 12 guys from Russia.
Well, you know, during Obama, they really interfered in Israel election.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's no questions asked. I've asked that from the very beginning.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Well, there's more to it.
Am I allowed?
Is there?
Me, just as a citizen, can I go buy all the ads I want?
It's got to be, bro, right?
I think it was
what, just taking out Facebook ads?
I think that's what it was.
That is what they did.
But Dan, anyone can take out Facebook ads.
I don't know that. That's why I'm asking. I'm not sure.
If they were illegal ads, okay, they said incorrect statements.
Well, they do that all the time.
It's like any ad.
No, let's do some research here. Actually,
isn't that weird, though? Now, I know as a private citizen, I can only donate or spend X amount.
Violation of law by Russia via elections.
2016 election.
I can't donate $1 billion, right?
Right. There's a.
You can only do so much. So maybe they're saying that's the problem?
Yeah.
And they only did like $1 million.
No,
$1 million.
No. They're, Mark, it's been, the whatchamacallit is not considered donations. That's why you have committees saying paid for by. That doesn't.
Oh, no, that's true. But that's not a donation. That's me, my committee.
I'm Tom Martino.
I find these people at U-Haul disgusting. And I'll tell you why. Because they had this pot outside, was supposed to be stored inside, and it was stolen, and as a result, they even have video. And these jerks won't let them have the video to help them. Now, let's keep going. 303-713-TALK. We are going to help. What's going on with Compass Insurance? I want to go through our help center till 4 o'clock today, 303-771-HELP. Examples of what we did for people in one phone call. What do we have?
Okay, so
real life stories.
We've got quite a few that I'm not going to go into.
Give
but
us the best. You don't have to give us details.
Here's what I want to tell people.
Yes.
If you have young drivers on your auto policy right now, call us. We have 3 examples of people that have called today because they had young drivers.
Go ahead.
And they pay a lot. That's part of the problem.
What did you save?
2 of them were with State Farm and 1 of them with Allstate. Here's what we saved, rounding it off here. $2,300, $2,800, and $3,500.
No! Wow! You saved someone $3,500 in a year.
In 1 year, just on the auto policy. Just on the auto policy is what we saved them, and it's because they have young drivers, and these companies are not
Was
set
it the
up
same
for it.
coverage?
No, we actually increased it. All 3 of them had 100, 300 liability, and we talked them into the advantages of having a higher liability of 250, 500, and we're quoting an umbrella.
That is it.
And still saved them $3,000.
Still saved them $3,000.
So you have 3 of those cases. We're going to go back and get some more coming up. John, what's going on with you, John?
To make any decisions on wholesalers or not?
John.
Yes.
What's going on, sir?
I went into Granite Depot in March, and we
should have used Art of Granite, but go ahead.
From downtown.
All right. Granite Depot, and what happened?
I looked at a couple slabs of granite and sent pictures to my wife, and then I thought I was putting a hold on them, but in fact I signed their contract where at the bottom it's got all this fine print, and it says that if you cancel, they take 25% of your money as a cancellation fee.
Come on, you just went in to look, signed a piece of paper, and okay, so when did you change your mind, or tell me what happened after that? You signed it, you didn't know it was a contract, then what?
Well, I went home. I went in there at 4 o'clock and went home. We talked about it and said, we're not getting answers from our HOA. We're going to just get a refund. When I walked in at 8 o'clock in the morning, they couldn't show me where it says no refunds at the bottom.
Well, okay. I mean, what difference does it make? It was overnight. It's not like they ordered granite for you.
Oh, no, and they hadn't touched it.
Yeah, and they haven't
It was actually in their showroom.
And they didn't schedule you or anything.
Oh, no.
So wait a minute. You're telling me they're so hard up at Granite Depot, they wouldn't give you a refund overnight?
No, and
are you kidding me?
How much did they give you? Anything back?
Well, he didn't pay. Did you? Did you pay any money?
Oh, no, I paid for it.
How much did you wait? The night before, did you pay?
Yeah,
how much?
$3,300.
Well, now, you thought you were putting it on hold. That doesn't ring true. You paid $3,300 to put something on hold?
Yeah, but I agree with you there. But still, it's 12 hours.
No, still, even if you did put down $3,300 and buy it, what can they claim as a loss the next day? I mean, you know, even though, do they have no refunds? Is it posted somewhere?
Yeah, it's on the paper you signed. The thing is that I talked to them.
But are they that hard up? Really, seriously, let's talk about the practicality. You walk in to look at granite. You put down $3,300 or you pay for the granite. Why? What harm is it giving your money back? What harm is it?
I think that they're more concerned about getting your money, and they don't believe in refunds. I talked with them 3 times, and they would not back off.
You know, did you ever talk to a guy named Andrew Zupa?
He's the president, and he said some very disturbing things to me because
like what?
Without being vulgar.
No, it's not vulgar.
Oh.
I mean, I've been in business.
What did he say
years.
What did he say that's disturbing?
Well, he got on because I started picketing their business.
By the way,
I love this man.
By the way, I want to say something in general. In general, you know, Andrew Zupa is an honorable man. He used to run American Furniture Warehouse. He switched over to Granite Depot. He built that business up tremendously. He is a business genius. However, this is wrong. I don't care how you put it. It sucks. I mean, for overnight to make this much badwill, because Andrew, you know it doesn't cost you a dime. This guy was there and comes back. Then, are you sure it was the next day? They didn't pull the granite. They didn't schedule a crew. Nothing.
Their only argument could be someone would have came in and bought it, you know, in that last hour before we closed.
Well,
what other argument could they have?
The other thing, I hate their BS advertising. 80% off, 70% off. You know, I mean, come on, it's a bunch of bull.
And I know better, but the one thing I didn't do is their reviews are horrible.
Yeah.
It's one complaint after another similar.
Well, we don't have anything to do with them anymore, and the reason should be obvious. So
I get that, and I didn't even know if I could call you, but when I talked to Andrew, he offered me 75% of my money.
Oh, that's better than nothing.
He said, take it or leave it right now. And I said, you owe me $3,300. And he goes, that's all I'm going to do. And I didn't take it. The next morning, I went to pick it again.
I love them.
And I said, hey, we're fighting over $800. Let's split it. And that's when his manager, Dale, said, Andrew says now 50%'s the best he'll do.
Yeah, he just plays
and take it or leave it. And so I picketed for a week and let people know what they're all about. But
I say we get a bunch of people together and picket.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? What did you say on your picket sign?
We'll have a meet and greet Martino.
Yeah.
And we'll all head down there.
What did you say on the picket sign?
I said check out their Yelp reviews. I didn't do it.
And I would say
how they price things.
I would say unfair refund policy, and then I'd put a little letters in my opinion. I would we can have fun with this one. Yeah, let's do it.
My question is,
post it all over social media. Let's do it.
It says no refunds on the bottom where I signed.
Listen,
let's make one call over there and see if he'll come to life.
Can I say this in general? I agree in no refunds if people are notified. I agree. There's nothing wrong with no refunds, but there's a big if, okay? And I say this all the time. Not on a technicality, meaning if the reason businesses put no refunds in is to protect themselves from loss. Okay? For example, if K&H orders windows, K&H Home Solutions, and they order windows, it's no refund. and it would hurt them tremendously unless they can sell them. But this is what I'm telling you, that in this case, it will cost. What did it cost them? You come in the next day and just
the sale. That's all it cost them.
So this is where I part company with these guys, and I think they suck for this. So let's call.
Did he pay by credit card? How did he pay?
I paid by a debit card, and I disputed it, and then they sent their fine print off. And
no,
I'd like to say,
listen, I'm not disputing. I want to tell Andrew, because Andrew fancies himself a slick, talker, and he's a big businessman, and I agree. He's very smart. We're not talking about what's right and wrong. We're not talking about that. He probably got you on a no refund. He got you. But here's the deal. If they ordered something and if they were going to be out money, I'd say, you know what, John? Tough luck.
I got it.
You shouldn't sign it. But, man, when it's as easy as the next day and nothing was done, nothing, then you tell me why Granite Depot should keep your money just because they got you. Now, if that's what they want to do, then we're going to let people know. We got you, buddy. We got you. Now, there's no reason he shouldn't let you out. No reason, unless you're misrepresenting this. Let's call Andrew Zupa, and let's find out Granite Depot, 70, 80%, blowing the doors off, never pay. I'd be pissed because he says never pay less ever. You'll never pay less. And then 2 weeks later or a month later, you're never going to pay less than this one. It's always the best. Okay? And it's always limited, and you know what? They use all subcontractors, and they don't do great jobs. That's it. They don't do great jobs. Look at their reviews. We'll highlight their reviews. That's why what happened to you, Deputy Clint? Something happened?
Yeah, that's my dad's casita. We got the granite through there, and the subcontractor came out, broke the piece, cutting the sink out.
And they wouldn't change it?
They wouldn't change it. They did a repair. It wasn't bad, but you still see it.
See, that sucks. Okay, let's talk Granite Depot and why.
Let's give them a call.
And why they should keep money. If someone agrees with them, you give us a call if you agree. Okay? I think it sucks. Mark Trenner. If you have an invention, remember, Trenner Law. That's all you have to remember. Go to my referral list, Trenner, T-R-E-N-N-E-R. So many people get ripped off on the internet with these submission places for inventions. Please don't do it. You'll never have to pay money up front. You pay a small retainer if he does, like, legal stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about. Do not go to these ripoffs. Go to Mark Trenner for your intellectual property, whether a copyright, a trademark, or you have an invention, or you want an invention or a patent search. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
In what? Facebook lost 120 billion so far in market cap.
That is amazing.
20%.
Well, you know what's funny is Amazon is posting their revenue or their earnings 6 times higher.
Oh, and it's small amount of
6
time.
times 40 cents. And their stock is almost $2,000.
Yeah, but I mean, the price of the stock is relative to the shares out and everything else.
I know, but their PE is like
it's crazy.
5,000.
It's crazy. I know. It's crazy.
Those guys from Granite Depot that came out, first of all, they showed both of them with ankle bracelets.
Sweet. Yeah. Cheap labor, baby.
Yeah, cheap labor. They cut the damn thing.
I hired Dan, and he had 2 ankle bracelets. One from Douglas, one from the
and a couple wrist bracelets. Those bracelets all.
Anyway, these guys cut the sink in the living room, and I walk in, and they've got it propped on the freaking coffee tables.
Just dust everywhere.
Dust everywhere in the place. Just even, and you know how it makes a slurry on the ceiling.
You're kidding me.
Mitch's guy came out, and we've got granite like. In our kitchen, there's so much granite, it's insane. We've got a huge island and shit. And all we needed done, I wasn't going to swap out the granite in the kitchen. He did our granite upstairs in the mudroom. He did all that. But I needed to cut in a brand new gas stove from Italy.
Yeah.
So, and it's a weird shape. So they came out. Man, they put fans in the windows that were in there blowing out. They put plastic everywhere you could possibly do. I couldn't believe what a great fucking job they did, and there was dust nowhere.
Yeah, these guys cut it out of the hole so it wasn't supported, so when they picked it up to put it back in, it broke. Because, you know, when you cut the sink cut out, there's just a little thin strip button back.
Right.
It broke. They glued it back. You can still see it to this day.
We had the weirdest thing. We literally had to buy this brand out of Italy called, I can't think of the name of it.
Stove?
Well, it was both ovens and the stove. because everything that was in there was GE. What's the GE top of the line?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
GE. Oh
I can't think of it either, but I know what you're
I
talking
keep
about.
wanting to say Viking, but it's GE.
No.
But they were odd shapes. They were odd shapes, and they no longer made them. Monogram is what it was. Everything was monogram, and monogram, the shit we had was different. The oven was a 3/4 size oven. I never fucking heard of it. So we had to find something, and over in Europe, a lot of the shit's that size.
Yeah.
But nothing here in America.
That's
Nothing.
how we ended up with a stupid toilet that
Did you really?
So it doesn't flush.
that doesn't flush right, and the water, it shares the water in the tank with the bowl. So it's weird. It's just stinking. Still haven't got rid of it because we're getting ready.
Peace, man.
What's the name of our ovens? Bertazzoni.
Bertazzoni. Did you see my note, no friend? He got stuck in a chute. So
Did you couldn't get hold of Zupa?
I got a message into him, called me
Okay.
back on my cell.
No, seriously. I know what he's
CUPPA.
going to say. He signed it. He knows he signed it. But what's the point? What did they actually do?
The girl said to me, we did try to offer him some money back. And
Yes.
the customer
But what?
refused.
Why keep 25%? For what reason?
Think of how much
That's what I'll ask.
that guy went down there for a week fucking straight with a picket sign.
Yeah, great.
They lost way more than whatever that 25% they wouldn't give him back at that first offer.
So did he.
Well, and he was even willing to meet with the 12.5%.
No, we don't want that.
He said, hey, I'll meet you halfway on the
You know
25.
what, Mark? I love your idea.
We'll go picket him. We'll have a nice meet and greet.
Unfair. I'm just going to put. That's my opinion. Unfair.
That's all it is.
What's that?
Make a thing zoom.
We'll take that big trailer of mine. We'll prop a sign in it.
We'll do it, Kathy, whatever.
We have to stay off this property.
We'll hold his bloody head.
That's going to be a little bit of a problem because that service road along there.
Well, he must know where to go. He's only been a week.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Hi, Tom Martino here. If you want to join us in the whole Granite Depot protest or picket, let us know.
Live at Troubleshooter.com.
Live at Troubleshooter.com. I'm serious now because I feel it's unfair. Look, the woman said when we called, well, look, we did offer most of his money back. There was no reason, even though technically they're correct, there's no reason to keep that 25%. Now, listen, if there was a loss of any kind, I'd say okay. Now, John, I can read Andrew's mind. It's not that big and deep. And I'm going to tell you what some of the things he's going to say. You spent a salesman's time.
Yes.
How much time? Really? He'll say that. And the guy made a commission, and how can he yank that money out of his employee's pocket?
Probably 30 minutes.
Yeah. There is something to be said about that. However, were there customers that other guy could have been with? I mean, if we want to get technical, were there a lot of people? Was he devoting time to you he could have devoted to someone else? Be honest. Or not.
I was the only person in the showroom at that time.
See? Okay. What's the asinine thing you said?
When I spoke to Andrew on the phone, he said, I brought up his reviews, and he says, I don't care about reviews. My customers don't read reviews. He says, by the way, once you have 300 bad reviews, your rating doesn't go down. And I'm kind of thinking, why would you even know that? Because I've run businesses for 40 years, and I didn't know it because, to me, reviews are real important. But they are
Did he say
abusive.
that?
Oh, he said that to me.
Well, what do you
Sure
mean
did.
abusive?
Oh, they just want to pull out the paper you signed and say you signed the contract. We're done talking.
Well, it's true. I mean, you know, he's got you there.
Said, I get it, but even when they say they have no refunds, then that's not true because they offered me 80 or 75% of it, and then they offered me 50. So I think their statement of no refunds is null and void then. And
well, that's just
negotiations. Nah, that's nothing. That's just like that's negotiation. I'm seeing mostly.
Now they won't give me anything.
Mostly bad reviews.
Oh, they're horrible.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they can. But it goes to show you, if you advertise that much on TV, people will just bypass their due diligence and find out what their business is all about. I tried to contact.
This place is
Team
filled with
Baseball
liars
Team.
and cheaters. The lie
the
about
whole place
quotes,
is
the lie
corrupt.
about refunds. They are just bad people.
Save your
And
money.
when
How
I
about this one? Just heard
contacted-
him. Yeah, go ahead.
Team Dave Logan, and they did nothing. And they represent them, promoting them. And I said, how can you represent a business and promote them to consumers when their reviews are that bad?
Here's when I just heard about this ripoff on Tom Martino. I hope Tom... Listen how fast this is.
This is today.
I hope Tom Martino's crew gets out there and pick us. How about this one?
That would be fun.
If I could give the place 0 stars, that would be appropriate.
We'll bring sandwiches.
Sounds good to me.
Now, there are some good reviews, let's face it. I mean, but mostly bad. I read the reviews posted here. They're true. I felt like I was at a car dealership. Did you get the hustle bustle?
That one from Donna G, though, is amazing. That was literally done in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do it. I think we're going to do this. I mean, I don't mean I think. I mean, if he insists on keeping money, it was the very next day. You're not leaving anything out.
No, I'm not.
Well, you know he's butthurt now because the guy was out there for a week.
Tom, I have a call into Mr. Zupa.
Okay, we'll see what happens. And again, here's what he's going to say, Suzanne. He signed it. He knew what he was signing. All we agree. What loss?
That's
truly,
what I'm going to ask.
Andrew, what loss?
You said what a great businessman he was. I'm curious, the decision he'll make over this, do you have 100+ people out protesting you and lose that amount of sales, or do you simply give the guy his money back?
He might think
that's a business decision.
He might think it's good publicity.
That's true.
Here's the thing. Andrew is a good businessman, but obviously how you treat consumers plays into that. I wasn't talking about that end of the business. With American Furniture, he didn't deal with that end of the business. In Granite Depot, he's not really out schmoozing people, you know. He used to, you know. So anyway, listen, this is coming from a guy, and I feel badly about it because I did do his commercials. I mean, I did his commercials at one time.
Yeah, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't 10, but I did his commercials, and we had discussions, and we never had situations like this. He was always pretty straight. He'd say it's not worth it. That's the attitude he used to have. Oh, it's not worth it pissing somebody off for this, and he would give money back. Remember, I mean, he was easy to deal with, so I don't know what's going on. Now, does Bashir have something new to say about the softball game?
Well, he's a parent as well. On the same softball team. He had a comment to make.
What's your comment, Bashir? The softball team was disqualified from the national tournament, and they were disqualified a couple days before they were to leave, so they're not getting a tremendous amount of money back paid for travel, and that was the rub. Why weren't they disqualified sooner? Or why did they let them use this waiver for 5 years and then suddenly decide it wasn't good enough? And the waiver I'm talking about is about having kids from outside their district play on the team. Go ahead, Bashir.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that our older girls were allowed to play in the regional. And
why were the 14-year-olds allowed to play and the 12s weren't? I don't get that.
No, not the 12s and 14. We got disqualified. The 16-year-olds were allowed to play. They have a no boundaries rule because
it's a different rule. But Bashir, what do you think should
organization?
I understand, but they have different rules for different age groups. I don't know. What do you think should happen in this case? I mean, it's too late to play in the tourney.
No, actually, this was just the first actual World Series is next week. I just think they had a committee review the situation, and how wouldn't they overturn the situation? Because there's only 3 teams, 3 Little League teams that offer.
So you're thinking they should still let them go?
Yes. I mean, there's nowhere else for them to play. The next 2 other teams are.
All right, we have a call in, or no, they're going to give us an official statement. All this official statement crap, it's just going to be, we take these things very seriously and blah, 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 blah. It happens all the time. That's what it is. Okay, let's keep going here. 303-713-TALK. I love my toy. Oh, my God, I love it. Sean, what's happening? I love it so much. Listen to this one. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so what's going on, Sean?
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Good, man. What's happening?
Good. So, I've been trying to get a shed put in my yard through Tough Shed.
Well,
since April.
If you're in Cherry Hills, it's easier to put a man on the moon. But where are you?
I'm in Hilltop.
Okay, not quite as bad, but Hilltop, you have a community association, don't you? In addition to the city.
Yeah, but it really has to do with just getting a permit through the city.
What's going on? Why can't you get it?
So I've got, basically what they're saying is that my 6250 lot size has used too much of its space with my 2,900 square foot house.
I get it.
Even though I don't have a garage. And I have an old shed that's probably been there for 50 years in my backyard.
So you're just going to replace that? You're going to replace the shed? Why can't you replace it?
They said I can't replace that shed. I mean, my neighbors are way over their allotted spaces. I looked up all the public records, and they have 3-car garages. Right now, I have gas in my house.
You know, listen, this is the number one thing that comes up. The number one thing is my neighbor does it. And I'm not sure why. Did you ask him why?
They said that it doesn't matter. They're like, it doesn't matter. You're over your allotted space. You have to apply for a variance. So we applied for a variance, and now I have to go to trial in September.
It's not trial.
To get a shed in my yard.
It's a hearing.
A hearing or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, it's a public hearing.
It's absolutely insane.
It is. It is. But you're doing it the right way. I mean...
You know, I mean, the thing is, Tom, I mean, I live pretty close to Cherry Creek. Look at what's going on in Cherry Creek, and I can't get a shed.
It's pretty hard to get a variance,
in an existing space where a shed is.
No, but he's looking to replace the one that's there. He's not even looking for is it going to be bigger than that shed?
It's bigger, but they didn't say that was the problem. They said that I can't even have the same size shed put there.
I don't listen. If I could, most of the time, these people are not doing it for the law. They're doing it for. They just get off on it. What can I say?
I know.
I'm serious.
Absolutely
I am serious. This power trip they have. You know what it does to some of these men? It's just, you know, it gives them you know what?
You're not very good at picking those
I
out.
like that one. You know, here's a guy that's old and limp and old and crabby, and he gets a chance to, like, lord some power over somebody, and all of a sudden, he's at attention. Okay.
He's taking Viagra.
Let's see. No, I'm not. See, now your mind went there. I'm making all the innuendos, and he has to go there. The essence of sound effects is to let the mind wander. Anyway,
yours was wandering.
But Sean, I'm serious now. There's not much you can do. I mean, I don't like the idea, though, that the other people are getting away with it. That's the part I don't understand. Even though it doesn't help you, I would love, why doesn't anyone confront people straight up in the media about stuff like this? Maybe we should. Just flat out ask if you really do find a parallel. So, Sean, if you have actual violations exactly addressing what you have, and they were not grandfathered, because your shed was grandfathered, remember, if you do, please let us know. Suzanne, I want the exact, and it has to be, because I will confront them about it.
Is he stuck in this shed, too? Did he pay for it, and now he can't even use it?
Did you pay for it?
Yeah, I paid for it in April.
All right, hold on. I want to know the biased, if there truly is one. But I don't want something that was there for years and grandfathered. I want a situation exactly like his that was approved. Okay? That's what I want to see. 303-713-TALK. The Insurance Help Center is 771-HELP. 303-771-4357. And we'll have some more follow-ups. We have people saving $300 and $400 a month right now. I mean, it's amazing with just a phone call to our help center. 303-771-HELP. Imagine that one, okay? Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. If you need a loan, whether you're buying or refinancing, Ideal doesn't just put you in any loan. They have custom loans for every situation. You can get any kind term. For example, 23, 24, 25 years, 18 years, 17 years. Really, you don't want to go back to 30. You want to take advantage of the equity you have but get the lower interest, you can do that. IdealHomeLoans.com. You can also do a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. It is actually approved based on an amount not to exceed. Once you get the appraisal, you're done. It's like a cash deal. You'll go to the top of the list. You will. And that's IdealHomeLoan.com, 303-867-7000.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Let's start off with the good news. In the
oh, man, where I live, forget about it.
Right, out in the country?
Yep, if you're not, you got to, well, okay, what I'm referring to is placement. 50 feet from the neighbor's line, 25 feet from the county line.
Yeah, that kind of
They
stuff.
don't fuck with it.
I had to get a variance for both, for a back garage, and they said unless a neighbor came.
My neighbor signed off on it. They said don't even fuck with it. They said it doesn't even matter.
I didn't have any trouble at all.
Well, won't give it to you.
Well, no, I got it, but
no, I know you did.
The problem I did have is because the garage is back, we could not get the power lines to 16 foot, which they required. So we had to underground all our utilities and our
They're
neighbors.
talking about more than ads. They're saying that the campaign people met with them and colluded with them. That's what they're talking about.
No. That's what's never been proven. You're talking about the Trump part of it now.
Yeah.
That's not it. They just had an indictment of 12 of them that has nothing to do with Trump for messing in the election.
They're Russians indicted.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, yeah, the Russians, I think there was 12 of them.
You're looking at Wikipedia, I take it.
No, not at all. I'm looking on the internet.
If we go up there and pick it, we could go see Stapleton and go up that
A grand jury indicted 12 Russians.
Right there.
We can go to Vine,
charging them with hacking. Hacking.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They charged those 12 with hacking into the
broke
DNC.
into computer systems.
That's right. It's absolutely right.
And Board of Elections.
Which is highly fucking
stealing
illegal.
information for the Facebook ads. That's a way different thing than you said, Mr. Dan Caller.
No,
you're
They
right.
They don't even know who did the hacking in the DNC.
Why did they indict 12 people?
Well, you can indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
if it has.
Okay, peanut butter.
They indicted these 12 people.
Right, but there were Russians and stuff. But like I said, they
for specifically hacking.
For hacking into the. That's true. That is true.
But it's not for Facebook.
Then they took that information and did the Facebook.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Right. No.
Fake news.
It hasn't. Nothing's been.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Approval reverse. You just heard me talk about Ideal Home Loans. Well, if you need a reverse mortgage, most of you do not. But some people, 62 or older, it's a godsend, and it works. So remember I told you that. It does work for some, not for all. Approval reverse, those are the people I trust to tell you if it's a good idea for you. They will never lie to you. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528. Okay, do we have any really good examples of saving money on insurance?
Well, just another quick theme. I was talking about young drivers before.
Young drivers call Compass for sure.
Yeah, if you have young drivers on your policies. But the other one that we're finding right now is a lot of people that are wanting us to look at their home policy because they found out with the recent hail that they have actual cash value.
Giant, big deductibles.
Huge. We have one here right now that has an $8,000 deductible on their home. And we just shopped them. We can't do anything about their prior claim, but we just shopped them, and we got their price down by $1,500 a year and cut their deductible to $2,500. So
what's typical now? Is it $2,500?
25 has become the norm, I would say. There are
for
some
wind and hail.
For wind and hail. There's
Remember,
some that will do
remember,
1,000,
folks,
but not many.
Remember, folks, if you don't shop your insurance,
You are an idiot.
I love my new toy. Okay. 303-713-TALK. What's going on with James? Oh, sorry, that's not James. Okay, James, what's happening? What's happening, James?
Well, recently my wife died, and we were in the process of moving from our country home into town.
Yes, sir.
And now I want to complete that process, but of course the house is in both of our names.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to make this to be able to sell it?
It's very easy. It's a small estate, probate.
Yeah.
It's just one little form, and you don't even have to go to court. It's a probate, but it's a limited probate. It's for small estate. David Salisbury could take care of the whole thing for you. I mean, you can do it yourself, but it would be ridiculous. It's hard, and you want to make sure it's done correctly. And or he might tell you how, but I would go to David Salisbury on the referral list and say, David, I need just this house. That's it. He might even have another way of doing it, but I believe any transfer of ownership must technically go through a probate. But because you don't have anything else, you can do a limited or it's called small estate, I believe. And his number is 720-493-3911.
And he'll give you an exact amount. He'll give you an exact amount. Not by the hour. He'll give you an exact amount.
He does flat rate pricing, which I love. Flat rate, okay? Steve. Go ahead, Steve. What's happening?
Tom, I got a letter from the HOA yesterday telling me that I can't park my truck on a public street, and we live in Highlands Ranch.
I've heard this problem once before, and I forget how we handled it.
Hey, Steve, tell Tom why you think the lady is wanting your truck off the street.
It's a commercial truck.
It's better than that.
What is it?
There was a lady that moved into the subdivision 2 years ago. She is from New York. She is Hillary. She's a Democrat. I'm Republican.
Hillary.
I have a lot of Republican stickers on my truck.
Do you have a "Make America Great Again"?
Close enough, yes.
Okay. Do you think truly, and I'm serious, Steve, do you think that's the reason?
Yes.
Really?
Honestly, let's pick at that lady, too, right after the Granite Depot, damn it.
I don't believe, listen, they do, this is weird. If it's a public street, that's a very interesting proposition. I don't think they can rule what you do with your truck if it's parked in a legal parking space. What do they say they're going to do to you?
I have to put it in the garage, which my truck will not fit in the garage. It's an F-350 dually.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is ridiculous. We should look. I want to look into this, the legal aspects. I really do. Hey, Suzanne. What about John? What's the one of the attorney?
Let's have our HOA guy look at it first.
HOA attorney. There's a
we
few
need
in Denver.
an HOA attorney.
No, but the HOA guy.
Stan.
Let's have Stan at least look at what they're trying to say. Then we'll think attorneys.
Okay, hold on, Steve. I want to get you back on tomorrow. Suzanne, this is an issue worth doing.
I could understand it if they were Hillary stickers.
Hey, Bob, what's going on?
Yeah, Tom, I had somebody come over from for gutters called Leaf Filter, and I just want to know if anybody or yourself...
They're all the same. Not really, but they're all pretty much the same. I don't like the screens. I like more of the gutter helmet type. Gutter helmet is tremendously expensive for what you get. It's a good product, and it works. I don't see anything wrong with it. But, K&H Home Solutions... They also do a gutter product. I forget what they call it. Gutter Monster, I believe. But I am a firm believer in gutter protection, yes, to keep out all the debris. I really am. But, some people prefer not to have it, and they simply have their gutters cleaned. But you should have it done professionally. Don't ever try to do it yourself.
Excel's got one that you can basically roll a tennis ball down through the entire system. That's cool.
What do they have?
I don't know what it's called, but it's so big, really, a tennis ball will go all the way through it.
No, that's the gutter. But what about the protection part of it?
I don't know what they have there.
That's what we're talking about, Bob. We're talking about protection, right?
Yeah.
So
the guy came over. It has like that. It's surgical screen or something on top.
I don't like screens. Screens get clogged a lot.
And if it rains really heavy, it goes right over them.
I like the slick surfaces where the surface tension keeps it adhered, and then it goes around and into the gutter. It's like gutter helmet, but like I said, they're expensive, so you might want to shop that genre. Now, remember, Compass Insurance Group, the Insurance Help Center till 4 today, 303-771-HELP. When they're not there, it's 996-9000, 303-996-9000. Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that. Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics for adults. Straighten your teeth.
Tomorrow with the top examples.
Okay. Well, you think Grant? You know the Granite guy. Do you think he'll give him a full refund?
If he gets a hard on, he may not, Mark. He should get a hard on.
That's such a bad business decision, though.
But pride can can ruin your vision.
It's a horrible, it's just a bad business decision.
It is a horrible business decision.
No, has no place in business.
You know, you can have that as a policy, and 99 out of 100 times, the guy's never going to be out there with a fucking picket sign. It never happens.
Right.
When you get that 1%, you fucking make him go away.
Oh my God!
It's
that much money, Mark. I would be at $3,300 fucking dollars.
Well, it's such
Here's
a
the problem.
stupid thing to say about
if he would have just put down, a deposit, they wouldn't have come after him for the balance. They would have just kept it. So why should they keep all of it? That's why he was keeping 25%, because he's figuring, look, this is what most people put down.
And the price might have been going up the next day.
Yeah. I only put a small deposit down.
Well, there might have been a sale. That could have been a sale.
There's always a sale. It's like fucking Kohl's. Have you ever walked into a Kohl's and not